You're too much, everyone. No, okay, fine. I do deserve a little bit. Fine, just a little bit of applause. Oh, thank you. Oh, this old thing. Oh, I've had this shirt forever. Hi, welcome to a very special kind of almost late night. No, I'm always live at this time. Chrissie Mayr Podcast, using the brand new fabulous Rumble Studio. And we're streaming on Rumble, we're streaming on YouTube, Facebook even for some reason. It's very exciting. Let's see. Can we stream to we're kind of well, there's an error streaming to Twitter. Okay, that's fine. You don't need it. Hello chat. Hello chat. Tonight's guest. Oh my gosh, no, she is not still with Machine Gun Kelly. She is not the Megan Fox, but she is a Megan Fox. She is the goddess of LawTube. She is my very good friend. She is newly blonde in the front. Welcome back after a lot of time. Like it's been way too long. The one and only Megan Fox is here. Oh my god.
Hey. It's good to be back. Well, thank you, chat. Thank you.
So long. The chat is unruly.
They really are. Yeah.
I'm like, calm down, man. What is going on, Megan? It's been months. It's been far too long.
I know I'm terrible about it's not your fault. You ask me all the time and I'm like, no, I can't. I don't.
Well, you're
you
busy.
Stream on the weekends. You stream on the weekends and I just don't. I can't do it anymore. Like it's the only time I have to spend with my kids, you know.
Weekends or during the week?
Weekends, you know, because I work during the week. So during the week, it's like I usually don't work Friday nights either. Don't get ideas out there, people. Friday night is usually off the table.
Comfortable with this.
Don't get comfortable. No, but for you, Chrissy, I would do it. For you, I would do it.
That's so
it's just that I have, and I've said no so many times, and I always feel bad. I'm like, I want to stream with Chrissy. I want to see her. But my schedule is crazy. It's been nuts. You know, ever since Tug and I started streaming together, our show has just gone crazy and we're doing it every night. And then I'm also doing day streams sometimes, like I'm doing trial coverage right now for a medical kidnapping case in Georgia, which
medical kidnapping.
Oh, it'll break your damn heart.
What is a medical kidnapping?
Oh, you need to know this. You have a baby, but I don't want to terrify you.
Oh, okay, all right, I'm ready. I'm already terrified of everything, so just lay it on me.
All right. Well,
was someone kidnapped for their organs or something?
No. That's like when you go to Mexico and places you shouldn't be. No, medical kidnapping is where you take your baby to the hospital because something is wrong with your child or your baby, right? You don't know what it is. I'll just tell you what happened in the Hernandez family. They took their 3-month-old into the pediatrician because she had a swollen leg. Georgia. Never move there. Never. Folks, if you live in Georgia, make plans to leave immediately because your justice system is
I would never.
Okay. The thing is that the justice system there is so crazy. It's so bad. So what's her name? What's her name from Forsyth County too? Fannie, was it Fannie Willis? What?
Fannie Mae, the lone lady.
Maybe. Anyway, but they took their baby into the pediatrician because she had a swollen leg. And they didn't know why. And she had some unexplained, I don't want to say bruising. It was more like mottled skin, like discoloration on the skin. The pediatrician doesn't even see the swollen leg, really. She'd been seeing this kid regularly, and apparently the leg had been, swollen before. She never noticed. And for some reason during this visit, because the baby's dad said, I also noticed a bruise behind her ear and I took a picture of it, but it went away immediately. But here's a picture, and showed her this picture that they had noticed there was this purple spot behind her ear, but it only lasted for 1 day. Now, if you know anything about purple bruises don't just go away overnight, right? No. They turn green and yellow and they go through all these different phases before they heal. Right. So having a purple mark that then goes away without, that's weird. That should be a red flag to a doctor to be like, that's not a bruise. Maybe that's something else. But after he showed her this picture, she immediately decided that this was child abuse. And she told them,
the doctor did.
The
Okay.
pediatrician. And she had been their pediatrician for years because they had an older child who was 3 or 4 years old. So they had been, doing this they'd been going to her for a long time. Never had a problem with their other daughter. She never accused them of child abuse with her. But suddenly she says that this nice family is abusing their 3-month-old baby.
Oh no.
She doesn't tell them she thinks this. She says, I think she needs to be evaluated right away. You need to take her to Children's Hospital of Atlanta, CHOA, and you need to go pack a bag and because you're going to be there a long time. She doesn't tell them why, but she just says, go home, pack a bag, and go straight to the hospital. So they do. They take her to the hospital, and they go through as soon as the hospital gets warned ahead of time that I'm sending this family here, and I think that they're abusing their kids. So they call the cops right away. So by the time they get there, there's already police waiting and DCF and everybody waiting for them, and nobody's even looked at this baby yet.
Whoa.
Then they do look at the baby, and they do a full body X-ray, and they find rib fractures that are in very small rib fractures that are in multiple stages of healing. Like, so some were older and some are newer.
Hard.
Well, if you have an underlying bone disorder and you hug your baby normally, you can crack their bones. Yes.
No.
But her little leg also had a very, very small, like, hairline fracture at the top of her thigh bone, and then one at the very bottom as well. But not like, I'm telling you, Chrissy, when you look at the x-rays, you've probably seen what a fracture looks like. These are so small that unless a doctor points them out to you, you can't see it. They have to show you, what does a normal one look like and why is this one different, right? It's really not very clear. So as soon as they see these fractures, they diagnose child abuse, and they do the whole thing. They're taking custody, they're taking the baby, they're removing mom and dad from the baby, and arresting mom. Like, it's a nightmare.
Whoa.
And for 2 years, they kept this family separated from their babies. And now get this, Chrissy, the first placement, and this is what will make you so crazy about DCF. The first placement, they put the baby with Tucky, who is the mom. Tucky, she's from Vietnam. Tucky's sister and husband. And while the baby was in their care, bruises showed up on the bottom of her feet. And they were like, great, because she's out of their care. So now they'll know it's a medical problem, right? So they're so excited to call DCF. They're like, look, my sister wasn't lying. We've had her in our custody, and she's got bruises on the bottom of her feet, and she's got that discoloration showing up on her legs again. Instead of being like, oh, we must have made a mistake, we should really look into this further, DCF accused them of letting the mom come to the house and abuse the baby. So then they removed the children from aunt and uncle, and they put them in with strangers in foster care.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they kept moving them around to different foster care homes. And in one foster care home they were in, the mom was a real airhead, and she was like not taking care of the kids. She was putting them in respite care every weekend, which is where you can put them with a babysitter or something for the weekend. And one of these respite care workers was a woman named Jennifer Williams, who is a wonderful person and a hero in the story, because she took the girls in for one weekend, and no one told her that this baby had a leg fracture. So you would think when DCF is placing an injured baby in your house that they would tell you, oh, by the way, this baby has a leg fracture, so be careful when you're changing her diaper. No, they never told her. But Jennifer was a photographer, and she would take pictures of babies. And when she was looking at little Emma, she knew that Emma looked different to her. She looked, familiar to her because she had seen another baby that had a medical condition just like Emma's. The whites of her eyes were bluish hue, and she said her head looked like a strange shape, and that she was holding her joints a little strangely. And she noticed this because she had a baby that she was taking photographs of that looked very similar, and the parents told her, oh yes, our baby has osteogenesis imperfecta. It causes blue sclera, and she has fragile bones. And so she had already taken care of a baby like this. So she writes DCF, and she tells them, I don't think this baby is abused. I think that she might have osteogenesis imperfecta. Have they looked into this? And she encouraged them to look into it. And she gave them all the rundown of all the things she saw in
Wow.
this baby. DCF, in response, tells her, oh, yes, we're looking into everything. Next thing you know, Jennifer Williams and her husband, who have been providing foster care for 13 years in the state of Georgia, get an email saying your services are no longer required.
What?
At that point, Jennifer picks up the phone, gets on Facebook, finds the mom.
Facebook.
Yep.
Facebook is no joke.
She finds Matt and Taki because she had their names. She found them. She contacts the mom and tells her, I know you're not lying. I know you didn't abuse your baby. I saw it. And for whatever reason, they are covering this up.
Wow.
And I want to help you.
Because what? She can sue the pants off them?
Well, no, because they have immunity. You can't sue them. I mean, you could under 1983, maybe, and that's your best bet, but you have to get over that immunity hurdle. And believe me, they make that so hard. But Jennifer just wanted to help them to try. She thought, well, I'll be a witness. I'm a witness for them. I can go to court. I can tell them what I saw. And for whatever reason, DCF was just trying to keep her from being heard. So she started a relationship with this family. She started working with You Are the Power, which is Spike Cohen's organization. Spike Cohen is a pretty well-known libertarian. He ran for president at least once. He's a good guy, and he has this great organization right now that is helping these families in these horrible cases where the state has overstepped their bounds and are not allowing second opinions. Since Spike and his organization got involved in these cases in Georgia, and there are multiple cases, at least 5 that I know of that he's been working on.
Now they're in a different foster situation?
No. They're back with mom and dad. And but not before they charged both parents with criminal child abuse. They were facing 80 years in prison. And the state had zero evidence to show how the baby was injured, who injured the baby. Like, they had no idea. They had no plausible story at all, no evidence whatsoever, except the x-rays of the fractures, which of course could have other reasons why she had the fractures. For instance, a baby seat. You know how tight those buckles are?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, a baby she was born with low vitamin D. And low vitamin D can cause fragile bones. Emma was. And even the hospital, after taking her away from her parents, put her on a regimen of vitamin D. Now, why were they treating her? You can't abuse your baby by making their vitamin D low. No one has that power. You can't do that on purpose. So why were they treating her for low vitamin D if they really believed that she was abused? They didn't. And then they tried to say, well, she didn't have any fractures while she was in foster care. Yeah, that's because you loaded her up with vitamin D, which was what she was missing in the first place.
What?
It's a disgusting story. Anyway, I have the footage of the court case. The dad, Matt, he was charged way after his wife because the state bullied him for several months after his wife was arrested. And they told him that if he turned on her, if he turned her in and said, yeah, she did it, that, they'd let him go and he could take the children and that would be it. And she would be in jail. And he refused to do it. And by that time he decided, all right, I'm done with this. So I'm going to the media. Well, he went to local sources and he came on my show and he did this interview, which broke everybody's heart. He was just absolutely eloquent and also heartbreaking, his story. And the very next day, or like 2 days later, they indicted him. So it was retaliation for going to the media. And again, Chrissy, when people ask me, why don't you cover these family court cases and stuff? Because he is not the only parent who's gone to jail after coming on my show. I don't like that at all. It makes me so upset to find out that someone I talked to, that because I talked to someone, the court uses that, or the prosecutor uses it as a reason to retaliate in a way against an innocent person and put him in prison. Like, that's what happened.
And this started because of a misdiagnosis, and they couldn't let it down that they made a mistake, so they're lazy and stupid.
Ruin
lives. Wow.
Yeah, lazy and stupid. By the way, the 5 families in that Spike Cohen has been helping in Georgia, almost all of them have had the same child abuse pediatricians on their cases. So I did on my channel, there's a playlist for called Presumed Guilty, the Timms family case. That one I did, it's the same exact story, same hospital, same doctors as the Hernandez family. And so I'm doing the Hernandez family now, but I already did the Timms coverage I don't know, a couple months ago. And that one is terrible too. They kept her away from her baby for 2 years too. It's
Oh my
disgusting. And
gosh.
Carrie Timms, by the way, she was a mom who had suffered many miscarriages and infertility. She had to pay for in vitro to get pregnant. And then they're accusing this woman of abusing her baby that she had, cried and prayed and hoped for so many years and gone through so much to have him. It never made any sense.
Whoa.
Never. And
Oh,
then
that's so scary.
we find out during this trial that at CHOA, every single child that comes into the hospital with any kind of injury gets a mandatory social worker visit.
Oh, great. To say, "Oh, you trans? Would you like to be?"
Yeah, that's the next thing. Yeah, it's really
Wow.
awful. I encourage anybody to come over and watch that with me. I'm doing it pretty much daily during the week. And the thing, it's going to be going on for quite a while. We're still on the state's case right now. You can jump in anytime. We know what happened. They get exonerated because this is older footage. It was not broadcast live. There was a documentarian in the room, Jeb Kicker, who is really cool, and he's been helping those families too. So we have that we have that footage, and watching it is really something else. But the jury does find them not guilty. They were reunited and they weren't reunited with their kids right afterwards, Chrissy. It took them another month and a half,
Oh
or
my
I think maybe it was 3
gosh.
months for the juvenile court to let them go,
That's
even
so
after they had been
horrible.
acquitted. Yeah, and now we found out just yesterday, Matt came on the show, and Matt's the dad. He came on the show to let us know that Tucky and the children have gone to Thailand, back to where her parents are, and they're moving there, and he's going with them. He's just they're leaving the United States, and I don't blame
Good.
them.
That
I
makes
would too. I would too.
Yeah, that's really scary. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the name of your podcast with Tug is, but have you considered what is the name so I can
Well,
deliver this
it's
joke
funny.
better?
We've been trying to brand it for a while, and we
Oh,
haven't done it. So,
oh, look no
so
further, Megan. You should call this show Tug One Out. We're tugging it out with Tugs and Megan.
What we've been doing
Tug
is
One Out with Megan Fox.
I'll let him know about that one. I think he's probably gonna pass, but I'll
Tug One
tell him.
Out, that's perfect. And then when anyone can be like, "Ew," be like, "No, it stands for that umbrella guy."
I know. Somebody you remember, like, Tug's tits was trending on Twitter that one time? And the New York Times published a photo, his avatar with giant tits under a trench
Oh
coat,
my
and
gosh, no?
yeah, it was oh god, was it
Wow.
funny?
Oh, that's
It
so
was funny.
funny. Yeah, you were
It was
Megan
really
is
funny.
one of the first people I called, or I think one of the first people I spoke at length with, after my dad was murdered, and even still, I feel like it's,
Mm.
something I can't really, process it fully, and because every once in a blue moon, I'll have somebody in the chat be like, "Did you ever find out, who did it?" And it's just like, "No," and then I kind of,
Yeah.
lose hope on following up about it because it's, officially cold at this point, so I don't know. I don't know what to do. I
That's
just feel
so
like
awful.
it
They've told you this, that it's officially cold?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Like we're
That's
just
not
letting you
good.
know, we don't care anymore. No,
Mm.
there is a detective who's, assigned to it who's when I've spoken to him, he was like, "Oh, it'll always be a priority." Mhm, okay. But you know what? I don't know. I think if I were, really
Sucks.
famous, maybe they would've cared a little more, but
No, they don't, Chrissy.
they
They
just don't.
don't. No, it's not about, I don't even think it's about that. I mean, look, I know enough about police investigations to know that, especially watching these court trials, that we would want them to be better than they are. And too many of them are
Compromise or
incompetent.
something. Yeah.
Incompetent, lazy. Look, we play trial bingo every time we do these cases, and one of my bingo squares says lazy investigator. And let me just say, it gets checked off every single witness.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It is fun. It is fun, but it's also infuriating because lazy investigator is the last thing you want. And I'm not saying that's the case with your dad's investigation, but unfortunately it does seem like sometimes these people drop the ball
Mhm.
and or just miss it. And it's just, God, I'm just going to keep on hoping that this is not over, Chrissy. We will, if there's anything I can do, let me know, and
Oh.
we will keep looking, because it seems to me that they should have been able to do something.
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, you rethink everything, like, "Oh, could I have is there something I could have done differently, like, right when it happened?" Or I don't know, but then it was like, "Oh, you need to not do or say anything because the investigation." It's like, well, it feels like they weren't investigating shit or the right things or not. I don't know.
Somebody in the chat just made a suggestion that's not bad. It says, get a true crime podcast involved. All they care about is bad publicity. That is unfortunately true.
Mhm.
That
Okay.
is unfortunately true. You might get a little bit further if with a podcast. And I do know a podcaster, actually, um, who right now is producing and directing the number 3 podcast on Apple right now. I happen to be
Ooh.
in it. It's about
Well,
Laura
Tug It
Owen.
Out with Megan Fox.
No, it's actually called Love Trapped.
Okay.
It's about the Laura Owens scandal with the Bachelor Clayton Echard, how she faked a pregnancy with him and several other men to get relationships out of them. I don't know why she
Whoa.
would. Why would a woman think that that would work? The last thing any man wants to hear is "I'm pregnant," and then the second last thing they want is a relationship with that person if they're not
I
with
mean, if you're
them in the
married,
first
yeah.
place. Yeah, if you're married, that's different, but if you're not and you just met some girl and she just went down on you twice, that's not that's not wife material at the moment. It's not, "Oh, I wanna
Yeah.
have a baby with you."
What I would tell single girls is like, okay, if you must go down on them, do it poorly and say, "You'll get the real deal if we get serious. If you put a ring on this finger, then I'll show you what I'm made of." Like this. Like, "Yep."
So maybe we can talk to Stephanie Young about it. She's a
Ooh.
very talented podcaster, and see what she might be looking at doing after this. But yeah, if you guys don't know the Laura Owens case, it's a great case, and the podcast is a great way to get caught up on it, because it's 12 episodes. Episode 12 has not dropped yet. It's 12 episodes, and they're all between 40 minutes and an hour long. And so you can get caught up
Oh,
very quickly. And I'm in it. Dave Neal's in it. All the YouTubers that were following the case and
ooh.
like cracking the story. And it's a great podcast. She's done such a good job. And it hit number 3 overall on Apple Podcasts, right? And it's staying there. It has been there. It's number 1 in true crime and number 3 overall on Apple right now. You
Wow.
can get it on
Cool.
Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts, you can get it. It's called Love Trapped, and you should check it out because it's great. I love it.
Megan, do you have a green thumb? Are you somebody who enjoys nature or, I don't know,
Only
planting
outside,
plant
not
Oh,
inside. Anything that's inside will die, but outside I can keep flowers alive because God helps.
oh, well, guess what? You're in luck
Oh
because
yeah,
this is a perfect
tell me
way.
about it. Tell me about it. I
Hold on,
can't
it's
wait.
coming, it's coming.
What is Rumble
Guys,
gonna sell me?
no, it's not Rumble, it's just me personally. This is my own
Oh,
personal fastgrowingtrees.com. This is so exciting. I am officially an FGT ambassador.
cool.
How exciting. You guys check out fastgrowingtrees.com. Use my special code FGTCM20 to get 20% off your trees. Like, this is what's so cool about this. There's so many different like you can look up what zone you're in. So in the United States, depending on where you live, you're either in like zone
Box
1
like that?
1 through
Amazing.
9.
I want those evergreens she's planting. They have hydrangeas?
Oh,
Oh, I
girl,
love
they got it
hydrangeas.
all. They got it all. An arborvitae, which is good for, like, privacy in your yard here.
Hey, those hydrangeas are a great price, by the way. That $23.96, that's a steal.
It's a steal, and the like, hydrangeas shout like bougie Hamptons
Oh, yeah.
property,
Hydrangeas are
you know?
so beautiful.
You
I
need
wanna
to have
replace
them.
all the white ones I have, though, with purple ones. I
Yes,
don't know
and
why all mine are white.
do you know this? Do you know the hydrangea color depends on the
On the
acidity
pH.
of the dirt? Yeah.
Yes, except I've got the snowball variety, and those do not change color. So, the
Oh,
snowball, the white ones, the big
yeah,
white ones,
white is
I
chic.
do have pink and blue in the backyard, but my white ones in the front are
So the
I need to
Leyland
replace them.
cypress tree, and then you click on it, you can pick a 1 to 2 footer or well, they don't have it right now, but they have an 8 to 9 footer. You could get a 6 to 7 footer.
Wow.
Like, you could get a gigantic tree for your yard. I love this.
Amazing.
Wow, look how big it goes.
That is really cool. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
I know. They deliver your favorite plants and trees to your doorstep. They've been featured not only here on the Chrissie Mayr Podcast, but Southern Living, Fast Company, Wirecutter. Oh, I know there's plants for inside, which I know you're not about.
Well, I love them, but I'm just no good at keeping them alive. But my husband is. I really like those ones with the pink leaves, the indoor plants. Those look really cool. I may
Oh,
have to ask him to get me some of those indoor ones.
roses. Oh my gosh. A lemon tree. I'm for sure gonna get a lemon tree.
We do have a lemon tree, and it does give us lemons, and I'll tell you what, it has the most beautiful smelling blossoms. Folks, if you have a lemon tree, it smells so good when it blooms, you can't even believe it. And we do have one inside, but I'm not allowed to touch it.
A
Fox takes care of
strawberry bush. How cool. You
Ooh,
could just have
that's
a
fun.
strawberry bush just chilling.
I can't grow
Sweet.
strawberries because the rabbits eat it all.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, just put
Chad,
an
stop
electric
saying
fence.
that I'm ditching Tug. I don't stream with Tug on Fridays. I only stream with him Monday through Thursday. I am not cheating on Tug with Chrissy. Stop it.
FastGrowingTrees.com. Use promo code FGTCM20 for 20% off. Get your trees. And maybe you live in an apartment and you don't have yard space. You could grow a tree or a plant in a bucket, in a pot,
It's
in
true.
your freaking house. So don't
Or
let
on a
your lack of
balcony.
yard hold you back. How exciting.
My mother-in-law was such an amazing, she had such a green thumb. She could grow anything inside. She had the coolest setup with like an entire window full of all these cool plants. And they never looked like they needed water. And like every time I have a plant inside that I'm in charge of, it always looks sick in like 3 days.
I know it's so tricky because like I often kill plants and then I go, all right, I go to Home Depot and all the plants look so good. I'm gonna be like, this plant's gonna be different. Okay, I'm like, I'm a whole new me now. And I'm like, you know what? With the last one, I overwater it. With this one, I'll barely, and then I underwater that one, and then that one
Yeah, me too.
water. And
This
like,
is why I need a robot. I need a
Mhm.
robot in my life because I want one of those Tesla things that can just water my plants for me and do
Ooh.
everything that I need done that needs hands. I need something with hands. The robot vacuums are okay, but I need one that
Roombas.
has hands that can pick things up and put them in places and
Put the
water
dishes
flowers.
away. That would be good. I'm doing a chia pet right now with the baby, and I've always wanted to. Like, I always ask my family for a chia pet, but like, we got one year and it for Christmas, and it had 3 bows on it, which meant like the 3 of us kids had to share whatever the gift was. And I'm like, how do 3 people share a chia pet? And I just like gave up on it. I gave up on my dreams of doing a chia pet. Until recently, I just had like a baby Yoda chia pet. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this with the baby. We'll do this together. And they give you enough seeds for like multiple chia bloomings. It's pretty cool. It's basically just like sprouts. You're like just smeared like
Are you supposed to eat them after you grow them?
no, you just like you soak these seeds until it's like a sticky like mixture, and then you just like spread them on.
Yeah, I've
No,
seen
it's
how it
so cool.
works.
Just like
Have you ever
roll
seen the chia suit that somebody made?
suit.
Yeah, there's a chia suit. Somebody grew chia plants on a suit.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I wonder if I could find it because it was really funny.
Oh, thank you, Night Owl. Chrissy's looking beautiful and lovable as ever. Wow. Thank you, Night Owl. I am tired. I'll tell you my secret today. I'm actually wearing the makeup from last night. I slept in it last night. I had every intention to wash my face and get ready for bed, and then I just went back to the room. The baby needed me. He like wanted to like nurse to fall back asleep. And I never took my makeup off. So here we are on second day makeup, still going strong.
That's a great way to do it. You save time that way. Just sleep in your makeup and
Yeah,
just
well,
redo
like,
it the next day.
I'll just sleep on my back. I'll be very still. I won't mess anything up. All right, Morgan in the chat can't
Oh,
stop
good Lord.
farting.
This woman put chia seeds on a toilet.
That probably feels good to sit on like a toilet seat covered in like it's like you're sitting like in the lawn, basically. It feels
Look
like
at
you're
this.
into a bush.
I don't know if we don't need the audio, so I'm not going to share audio because it's just obnoxious anyway. But check this. It's chia seed. Oops, whoops.
Chia oats. A chia car.
Yeah, she put chia seeds on her car too.
That's amazing. How did she do that?
I don't know. Then she did. That's the suit. See, I told you the suit.
Wow.
To a suit, and now she's gonna do a toilet seat. Or so she's like, this woman is obsessed with chia plants.
How would she do that? Did she put the toilet in the sun? Like, how would she get it to grow?
I have no idea.
Oh God, she has so many.
But she's obsessed. This woman is absolutely obsessed with.
It's like, yeah, she should make up a bunch of chia pets and like hand them out to the neighborhood kids. Imagine if that's the biggest problem in your life. Like, I have too many chia seeds.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these chia seeds.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
bizarre.
Yeah.
You want to see something hilarious on Instagram? It was from, okay, I got to show you this. Somebody's got to, I have to see your reaction to this.
Okay, yeah.
Let me move it over here so I can have it on this screen. Okay, here we go. So, I don't even know what trial this is. I can't tell you anything about what this guy did. I have no clue. It really doesn't matter. What matters is this is hilarious. Let's see. Okay. Let me back it up because I think how do I make
Oops.
All right.
Right. Everybody in this room.
Make it go back? How do I do that? I'll just refresh it.
Refresh. That's what I do.
I don't want to.
I know. I'm not logged into Instagram on my computer either. I don't know how to do it.
But
all right. Wait. Please. I'm ruining it now because I can't back up. Why can't I back it up?
Can't you refresh it again?
Why is it wanting me to do this? I can't. I'm not gay. Oh God, this guy, and I'm ruining it. I can't get it to back up.
It's all right. Let it go. I'll watch.
It was what the prosecutor wanted me to be.
Remember,
I love sports. I'm a people person. I didn't intentionally meant to kill the guy about the road rage. It was an assault. Sorry about what happened.
Oh, okay.
Can't bring it back. Just because I took the plea, don't mean I did it.
What?
Look at his lawyer's face. Look at her.
Some gay killer or a gay person and a gang member in the same breath. That don't even mix. It's impossible.
Is this
You
a
can't
Dave
be a
Chappelle character?
you can't be a gay gang
That's all I gotta
member.
really say.
Yes, of course you can.
All right, here now we're at the beginning.
Okay,
I like to say I'm not a murderer, I'm not a killer. I'm a regular person like everybody in this room. I'm not gay as what the prosecutor want me to be. Not a gang member.
Not gay or a gang. What's worse, being
love
gay or in a
sports.
gang?
No, what I love is that the guy's like, well, I did kill the guy, but I'm definitely not gay.
Look, I'm not a murderer. I killed one person, okay? I don't think that makes me a murderer.
But he'd rather be a murderer than gay.
Honestly, same.
I'd rather, oh my God. And you can't be a gay gang member. He says, impossible. Those things do not go together.
No, of course they do. It's because you're not embracing your homosexuality that you resort to violence and gang activity. Oh, that's so great. So he was speaking at his sentencing for the murder of Detroit. He killed a neurosurgeon. Oh man.
Yeah.
Desmond Burke says he's not a killer, not gay. He will spend no less than 35 years in prison. Wow, that sucks.
The comments are pretty hilarious. When his lawyer smacked the top of the desk, I lost it.
Play again. I missed that. Okay, now play again. I'm just gonna watch the lawyer.
All right, yeah, let's watch the lawyer because she is perfect.
I didn't intentionally meant to kill the guy about the road rage. It was a slap, not an assault. Sorry about what happened. But can't bring it back. About the doctor stuff, just because I took the plea, don't mean I did it. I'm tired of saying some gay killer or a gay person and a gang member in the same breath. That don't even mix. It's impossible.
She's just dying. She wants him to shut up so bad.
Why can't she just say shut up?
I don't know.
Wait, why did she hit the desk? Because she hit it at the point that
because he said like, you can't say
deal doesn't mean I did it.
Yeah, you can't say that. You can't take when you take a plea deal, you are saying I am guilty. And you have to sign a bunch of shit that says I will not say I am not guilty because I am guilty and no one coerced me into taking this plea because I did this shit. Like you can't then turn around and go, just because I took a guilty plea doesn't mean I did it. That's why she's like
cake and eating it too.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Oh, the comments are so funny.
So sorry he didn't even learn his name. Exactly, Bruce.
Yeah, isn't that bad? The guy, I'm sorry about the guy, the road rage guy.
Every time I've seen road rage on the road, it is always someone in a Silverado. Like, chat, have you experienced this as well? The Silverado is the official vehicle of road rage.
This guy says he's definitely gay. Maybe not a killer, but he's definitely gay.
Oh yeah, he's talking too much. It's definitely a gay thing. Bro is so homophobic.
Yeah.
What did it say?
He's going to jail for murder.
All he cares about is the fact that people might think he's gay, which is such a black guy thing. He is absolutely gay. That's so funny. You can't be gay and in a gang. It's impossible.
All gang members are homosexuals. Oh, his attorney is so great.
Is this for like The Office? Like the Office version of this court show? We would hear from the lawyer lady. Like in the next clip, it would be like the lady in the conference room with like the blinds behind her being like, yeah, I told him not to say that.
I told him not to say any of that. Yes. She's like pounding back a bourbon.
Like, I can't wait till I retire. 5 more years and I'm out.
5 more years. His attorney, I like this one, says his attorney should have begged for a short recess. Yeah. Look at the look on her face. She's looking at him like, oh God, no.
Just shut up. Shut the hell up, you gay man. You gay murderer. Oh my gosh.
Just so good.
That is so good.
So funny. I should look him up. What's his name? We got to look him up and see what
Murderer
the hell
guy.
happened. Why does the state say he's gay? Is what now I need to know.
He must
Devin
have done some gay shit. He must have
Desmond Burks.
He must have, when you do burnouts in a parking lot, he must have done them in the shape of a penis.
That would be funny.
When he probably ran the guy off the road, he probably just did it in the shape of a penis.
All right, let's see. This case was prosecuted by assistant prosecutor, blah, blah, blah. Several terabytes of digital data. Oh, they probably found his gay porn stash. That's what it is, right? Let's see. He's from Detroit. There was a parking complaint, and they dispatched officers to the area. Officers arrived and observed a white Land Rover blocking a driveway. They investigated further and noticed what appeared to be blood on the interior of the vehicle. They secured the Range Rover, tagged it as evidence, took it to the Detroit Police Department tow yard. The registered owner of the Range Rover was discovered to be Dr. Devin Hoover. Detroit police officers went to his address and noted that the driveway gate leading to the rear of the house to be wide open. They were unable to contact anyone at the residence. Blah, blah, blah. So they forced entry into the home. During a protective sweep of the home, he was found in the third attic crawl space.
What? In a crawl space?
Face down, wearing only socks.
Wrapped in
a blood-soaked carpet. And he appeared to be shot in the head. Why was he naked?
Oh my gosh! So the guy who died was naked in a carpet. So he must have done gay shit to him.
Oh no.
Before or after he was murdered.
See. After the discovery of Dr. Hoover, the crime scene unit arrived and processed the scene. They revealed the victim's cell phone, wallet, money, financial transaction devices, credit cards, and designer watches were missing from his home.
Wow.
The investigation revealed that almost immediately following Dr. Hoover's murder, multiple fraudulent financial transactions were made from his various financial accounts.
That's just
These transactions continued for several days afterwards. The analysis of the victim's cell phone records revealed that Dr. Hoover had approximately 4,000 communications with a number attributed to Desmond Burks. The text messages...
They were in a relationship?
They're having an affair, I guess. The text message. This is getting crazy.
With an illiterate black guy? Oh my God.
This is like that. Remember that? Was it a city councilman or something out in California who kept drugging black guys and killing them or almost killing them, overdosing them, and they were leaving his house with paramedics all the time? And he's like a serial drugger of homeless black men. He was like a politician in Who did that? What was his name? He finally got arrested for it. I'm gonna have to ask ChatGPT.
4,000 exchanges. How many is that? How many weeks or months is that?
I don't know, but it says the text messages establish that Desmond Burks and Dr. Hoover were in an intimate relationship with one another, and on occasion, Desmond Burks would charge Dr. Hoover for sexual services.
Oh my gosh.
He was a hoe for rent.
A male prostitute.
He was a rent hoe.
He
was a rent boy.
Pay.
Gave her pay.
Wow,
the investigation was
a prostitute.
Was further complicated by the fact that many witnesses were reluctant to come forward to share sensitive and personal information. The analysis also indicates on the day Dr. Hoover was murdered that Dr. Hoover's phone traveled from his address to the area of Desmond Burke's address on Sussex, and Dr. Hoover's phone appeared to return to his house for a short period, then back to the area of Burke's residence, before traveling to Fairlane Mall in Dearborn. Dr. Hoover's cell phone never returned to his residence. So, yeah, that's how they found it.
Then, right?
Yeah, probably. They have video. Desmond Burks is seen on surveillance camera on the day of the homicide, parking Hoover's Range Rover near Coyle Street. He's seen limping away, carrying a backpack, and his fingerprint was discovered inside the Range Rover. At the time, Desmond Burks was known to walk with a limp due to previously being shot in the hip.
That's called street cred.
What a life. What a life, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, and he had possession of his Cartier watch.
Whoa. So not only did this guy very much know this man's name, but he's doing that whole like, oh, I don't even know this person. It's like, no, you're trying to hide that. You're trying to like.
He's trying to say, he said it was road rage. If it was
No,
road rage, he would have killed the guy in the street, not rolled him up in a carpet naked in his attic.
Yeah, they banged and like
clearly.
And then you put him in a carpet and try to hide his body in the crawl space.
God, this is awful.
Wow. And you know who this is the most embarrassing for? The doctor's wife.
Do you think he was married?
I assume.
Was he married?
Doctor.
Let's see. Wait, let me pull up his obituary. Let's see.
Okay, it's so hard.
God, he probably was married. I still don't understand why these guys do that. Like, it's 2026. Nobody cares if you're fucking gay. Don't marry a woman.
No, don't waste somebody's time.
Let's see. What was his name? Dr. Hoover, neurosurgeon, obituary. Let's see who he left behind.
A very embarrassed wife and kids.
Oh, well, you want to see what he looks like?
Yes.
Okay.
Is he good looking?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
He's not bad looking.
Wow. I just never thought he'd be into,
Let's see. He was 50. Wait, is this even the right guy? No, this isn't the right guy. Yeah, sorry, sir. He is not. This one is not gay. Why are there so many doctors?
Poor guys have people being like, "You're gay. We saw you on this YouTube channel."
Wait a minute.
He's very much alive and not gay, everyone.
No, this has to be him. No, neurological surgeon, but he didn't die. Wait, is he just from Indiana? Oh, he was from Indiana. Okay.
Sounds like he was hoovering that guy's dick.
Okay, no, this is definitely him. Sorry, it is him. Yes, he was. He lived in Detroit, Michigan. He was recognized as one of Detroit's most respected neurological surgeons.
Wow.
Devin had an eye for excellence across many.
No, he did not.
Including, wait, this is the gayest shit I ever read, including his yard and hedges. He hired a landscape service for some of the outside maintenance, but the hedges were his specialty, and only he could meet his own standards. This is in his obituary? Man, I would be so mad if somebody wrote this in my obituary that I was really into my hedges.
If they're talking about the hedges.
Why are they saying he was so into his hedges? It's terrible.
It's probably gay slang.
It's code. It's code for something.
Yep. Everyone in the gay community is like, oh, nice hedges. We know what that means.
We know what that means. He had impeccable hedges.
Yay.
Oh, and he was a board member of the Detroit Opera, so he was clearly out.
Okay. Yeah, he's a very.
I don't think he had a wife. He had a mother.
Okay.
Oh no, his mother died 4 days after he did.
Because she died of embarrassment.
No, she probably just was so sad.
That is sad.
He had a lot of, he wasn't married. He had his.
How old was the mom?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Devin is survived by his father and 6 sisters.
Oh,
well, that's why they dressed him up all the time when he was little.
Yay!
Yeah,
Kardashian situation. You live with too many women. That's what.
Many women. That's what happens. God, my poor son. Thank God he has my husband. The two of them, and I leave them to their own devices. You gotta.
Why? How many girls are there?
It's me. Oh, I have 2 daughters, so they are outnumbered.
I grew up with like one brother and 2 sisters, 1 brother. He didn't turn out gay, but he did develop a lazy eye late in life. Like I can't figure it out. I'll never figure it out, and I'm not worried about him seeing this because no one in my family watches anything.
Nobody you know what? Nobody in my family listens to anything I do either. I'm in the number one. I'm so pissed. I got into a fight with my sister this week. because I'm in the number 1 podcast in America. And they have not listened. And thank you, Chrissie. Thank you.
You're the goddess of LawTube, for Christ's sakes. Can't they put a little respect on your name?
My own family is like, that's nice, dear.
That's
anyway, like what? But I'm like,
how dare you anyway me? Your life is 1,000 times more interesting than anybody else in your family. Like, if they could at least acknowledge it.
And my sister's like, but we love your show. And I'm like, see, you're not even listening to me. It's not my show. It is a show on Apple.
They'd be like, hey, I want to talk to you about this episode when you talk to this person, or how's this case going?
It's all bullshit. They're not watching my show. And I know this for a fact, because if they were, my mother would be like, Megan, why do you use so many F words?
Why is the show called Tug One Out?
Oh God, we've got to come up with branding for our show name.
It used to bother me. It used to bother me, and then I got over it because I realized, like, oh, your family, like, they're just people you grew up with. Like, they're not obligated to be fans of you. It's like,
well, no, family are never fans. They just aren't. Even though I feel like my mother was my biggest fan throughout my entire life, really. But now I try and get her to listen to the podcast, and she's like, I know this story already. And I'm like, no, I know you know the story because I told it to you, but you don't know it like this. This is a highly produced show, and your daughter's in it. But she keeps going, but I know this story already.
She's not appreciating it. Like,
I don't know why you listen. But she did. So I texted her another episode of it this morning, actually, because I'm still pushing her to. I'm like, here's another episode. I'm in this one too, Mom.
I'm not gonna stop till you appreciate me.
Right? She's like, oh, that's wonderful, dear. Okay, I'll make sure I listen. I know she's not going to.
She's like, and you just, are you throwing it in the garbage? I hear you. I hear you deleting it.
I mean, they are very proud of me and everything, but it's like, I do sometimes feel like they have no idea what I do at all. They just have no clue, which is fine. I don't need them to have a clue.
You know what? It would be nice, a modicum of curiosity, Well,
the worst part. Yeah. The worst part is my sister, Stephanie. She was at the trial with me. She was there with me at the Laura Owens paternity scandal trial. She traveled from her home state to Arizona to go to the thing with me. So when the podcast got made, I was like, I'm sure she's going to want to hear this, and she's going to be on top of it. And she's going to be calling me every Thursday when it drops to be like, oh my God, do you remember blah, 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 blah. I haven't gotten one phone call from her about it. And I can tell you, I'm a little sad.
One time my brother and my mom, I don't know if my sister was there too, but they came to a comedy festival I was in, I think in Asheville, North Carolina. I think maybe it was somewhere else. Maybe it was the Women in Comedy. I can't forget. I can't remember if it was the Women in Comedy Festival, but like my brother and mom got drunk at dinner before the show. Just drank a bunch of margaritas, arrived at the show, not only drunk, but both of them wearing sombreros. And then after the show, my brother immediately told me, like, I didn't laugh once. with as straight face can be. I didn't laugh once. And I was like,
oh no.
Okay. And then that
I could never do comedy. I mean, I don't do stand-up comedy. If I did though, I could never do it in front of my family. No. I feel like
dude,
that would be so hard.
Never bombed so hard as the show where my dad decided to surprise me and show up in Syracuse.
Oh no.
Like, I already knew my aunt and uncle were going to be at the show, and like that was fine because at the time I was like not close to them at all. Like, I've gotten closer to them now after my dad died. Because like that was his brother, and but my dad decided to show up, and like we weren't on great terms at this time, so it was just so distracting, and I was so worried about like what he would think of me, and I was so like just rethinking every single joke. Oh my God, I had zero fun. It was like a slog to get through.
Yeah, I would imagine that. I mean, you can't tell jokes. You can't tell your bad jokes in front of your parents. That's That's impossible, which is why I'm kind of glad my parents don't watch my show, because if I thought they were watching, I wouldn't be able to say half of the shit that I do.
Like, I just have no confidence. I had no confidence around him. So, yeah. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's rough. That's rough.
It's funny though. And then so it's for the best. Like, and then once I realized, like, don't stop trying to get your family to be fans of what you do. Like, if it hasn't happened by now, it's never gonna happen. And like, you know, but like I would always ask about their jobs all the time and like keep track of their shit. And it's like it would be like a 90-10 relationship almost all the time. And then until finally one day I just like let go. And I'm like, oh, let's see how much effort these people put in, like when I stop. And then that kind of gives you your answer.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. And then nothing weirds up a family dynamic than a murder, you know what I mean? And like, and I wish Megan, that you were Black or Spanish so that you could like share the street cred with me, but like you're just another white person, so you don't understand.
It's true, but I did discover while watching the Hernandez trial today about the difficulties that white people face. Those of us with this very light skin. One of the witnesses was on the stand and she was very pale, you know, and she was very nervous and her chin started to bloom in like a red patch of, you know, when I get stressed, it happens on my neck. I get like big red, like red patches. Look, you can't see that shit if you're brown. I mean, look, white people we're like a walking mood ring. You know, you can see how we feel, and that is very difficult for those of us fair-skinned people, because then it's like a tell. It's like you can't ever have a poker face.
So funny and so
you start getting red blotches everywhere. It's horrific.
You turn green, then purple, then gray.
No, it's not easy. It's not easy being white. It's very, very difficult.
No, it's really not. And you're expected to hold it together all the time, have great credit, own land. Wow.
Yeah, it's not great.
And then says you are supposed to be superior to your parents, but they traumatize you too much. No one knows.
Oh God, that's true.
I don't traumatize my kid, although
you're going to. No, you're going to. There's no doubt about it. I know, but there's no doubt about it. Eventually, you're going to. It's going to happen, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
I don't want to.
Look, it's just because people make mistakes, and nobody's perfect. And when my kids come to me and tell me things like, "Well, you did this and you did that," I just tell them, "Yeah, well, I'm like 10 times better than my dad."
Right.
And he did the best he could. And it took me until I was like 40 years old to figure out, oh yeah, my dad didn't hate me. He was just doing the best he could do. And he had really high anxiety. So his high anxiety made him yell all the time. So that it doesn't mean he doesn't love me or my sisters. He was just in a state of panic all the time. And his father beat the crap out of him, you know, because that's just... Same. And then he didn't want it. He never touched us. He would just yell, you know, and every once in a while, I yell at my kids. Big deal. I'm like, big deal. My dad yelled at me every day. I yell at you once every 3 months. Every 3 months.
Nothing.
And it's not that bad. Like you'll go tell your therapist about it. I don't know, but I'm doing the best I can, and you'll do the best you can, but you're still going to traumatize your kid.
This is such good advice. You need to traumatize your kid just enough so that they're funny, but not enough to break them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've done that. I think my kids are really funny. And hey, I have a 20-year-old who's still living with me and doesn't want to move out. So I think I win, because she doesn't want to move away.
That's good.
I haven't traumatized her too.
So don't, let her stay at home, because like,
oh yeah, oh no, I don't want them to move out
to a single lady.
No, I don't want them to move out. I want her
to shack up with like a basketball player or something. Like just wait till...
She has a really nice boyfriend. Eventually he'll marry her and take her out of here, but she can stay until he does. It's fine.
Okay, good. I can't wait till the bean is old enough so that I can be like, look, my dad threw a chair at me, okay? So you're doing pretty good.
Right.
And I'll be like, because just like you, like my dad's dad beat the crap out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like would hit him with broomsticks.
Broomstick. Yes. Yeah. The broomstick was a very...
Did you have a German dad?
Yes. German, French. German and French.
Wow. See, my dad was German, and his dad was German, and my uncle told me, yeah, like, and he's also delusional about, like, their abusive dad, but he said it's, like, after my dad's, like, yeah, after he, you know, died and we all, like, started hanging out more, he was like, "Yes, one time, like, dad was disciplining him and broke a broomstick on his back." I was like, "Damn, that's horrible."
Yeah, my same. My dad has a famous story about his dad breaking a broomstick on him, for talking back to his mom, and he didn't know his dad was standing behind the door. That was pretty bad, but he never touched us. In fact, he popped me on the behind one time and barely touched me, and I was such an actress. I remember faking tears. Faking crying like it really hurt, and he started exactly, and he started crying, and then I felt so bad because his tears were real and mine weren't, and then I was like, "Oh, no. What do I do?" And he just felt so horrible. He never touched us ever. I mean, but he would yell, and I remember hiding under my bed being really scared of him. He would be in a rage.
Hid under my bed till I was too big to get under there.
Right, and, like, hearing him coming up the stairs or coming down the hallway was some of the scariest thing ever. One time, the only time he ever, like, really did grab me once, I was a teenager and I was coming home late. I was with a guy, and, I guess some kids, and I don't know who they weren't friends of mine, had egged our house. And there was eggs, like, all over the roof, and, like, it was dripping down the garage, and he was fit to be tied. He was waiting for me in the driveway, and he ripped the car door open, and he grabbed me out of the car, and he just pulled me out of the car, and he was screaming at me before I even got out of the car, and I didn't even know what had happened. I mean, he just was so angry about the state of the house, and he was sure it was some of my idiot friends, and I'm like, I don't know anybody who would do this. I don't know, but he was very angry, and so
eggs. It's not like it's like poop or anything.
I know, it's just eggs. The birds would probably eat it or whatever.
School, I was on gymnastics. There was like girls gymnastics, and then usually the teams that had rivalries were like girl and boy teams, like lacrosse or soccer or cross country. They had girls and boys on both teams, and they would be rivals. Well, there was no men gymnastics team, and there was no girls golf team. So the girls gymnastics team and the boys golf, we had to be rivals. So like the golf team would toilet paper my house, but they couldn't throw it very far because they were golfers. So just the last branch or so. Yeah, my parents would get pissed about that. But they were more pissed about the one singular party I had at the house while they were taking my sister back to college. I had a window, and I just was like, it was just like in the movies. You call a couple of friends, and then they call the whole school, and then before you know it, the whole school is at your house. And like on one hand, it's like a huge compliment because you're like, wow, you're all here. And then on the other hand, you're like, you can't enjoy yourself.
No.
You're so anxious about like things being broken or like,
right.
That like there's zero supervision, and you're just like, but also I'm cool. I was excited.
Yeah,
but I got caught because I remember I was stayed up till 2 a.m. picking up individual cigarette butts from the back lawn, the front lawn. I was like, I got this under control. Like I cleaned up, like I did it. And then my parents get home, and my mom's like, who's Brian Riley? And I was like, She's like, there's a backpack full of beer in the basement. The
oh no,
Brian Riley. And I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. Someone must have broken in.
That's so strange. And then my dad found a crack in the door frame, like leading to the basement. So that was the other thing.
Oh no.
I should have just said,
I was too scared to do anything like that. I never had anyone in my parents' house that wasn't supposed to be there because I would be terrified my dad would find out. But the funny thing is, I don't know why we were so scared of him. He never laid a hand on us. All he did was yell.
You yell, you expect violence. Like that's
but he never did it. And I'm not sure I was ever scared that he would hit me. because I always felt like I didn't think he would, but the yelling was scary. And
There
you traumatize your kids when you yell at them. It's true. You should
And that's
just
the
try
thing.
not to.
Dad is saying, "Oh, you have to discipline your kids or else they'll be disrespectful." I understand that on one hand, but I know that how I was raised, like, I didn't have, like, respect for my dad. I was afraid of him. Like,
Terrified.
literally
Yeah.
terrified
Terrified. Yeah, me
well
too.
into
Me
adulthood.
too.
Like,
Which I don't think that's a terrible thing. I mean, in
be
some ways,
terrified of your dad, that's not great.
well, I wasn't always terrified of him. I mean, he had his moments where we would have good times and have fun. It was just when we would do things that were wrong, we were terrified of him. Or that we would just know when he was upset. But I mean, look, my mom used to spank us because she believed in that. But she was very calm about it. She was really funny. She would do the thing where she would go, "Well, you've broken the rules. So in 10 minutes, you need to meet me in my room for your spanking. Now I want you to watch the clock. And when the big hand gets on the 2, you need to be in my room. And if you're late, it's going to be worse." And that's how she would talk like that. She never raised her voice. Like she would never. So, and that was really scary too, because it was like, oh crap, I gotta go upstairs and take this stupid spanking. And and if you laughed at her or something, it would get worse. So she spanked us a lot. So that's the way I was raised. And so when my kids were really little, I spanked them too. But by the time, I mean, when my oldest turned 8, I had put her in jujitsu since she was 4. By the time she was 8, I couldn't hold her down.
In jiu-jitsu, no.
No, and then I also decided by then it was like, this is too much. There's got to be a different way to do this. There has to be a different way because for one, I'm going to break something if I'm trying. Like I'm going to pull something in my back trying to keep her over my knee, and also nobody likes to spank their kids unless you're a crazy person. It's not fun. And so I just started doing timeouts, like they do. And my kids are fine. I didn't spank my little one at all. I mean, only the older 2 got it a little bit when they were little. And then the youngest has, I think my husband spanked him a couple times, but not me. I've just been like, I'm such a softie after.
The only kid who I don't think my brother and sister got spanked. I got spanked like quite a bit and it was always by my dad. And somebody in the chat was like, "Oh, men adore their daughters and they want to make men into their sons." I'm like, I didn't feel adored at all. Like, I don't know. I got a different kind of dad, but it's again, you get to a point in your adulthood where you're like, oh, they were just doing the best they could with their skill set, their tool set, like he was a big drinker. Who knows like what issues or trauma he got from his own childhood. And he was a German immigrant. You know what I mean? Like how difficult is it to be like to immigrant to a completely new country as a kid? And like his dad was in a cult. So he had a lot of stress going on in his life.
A cult? What kind of a cult?
He had a brother who died when he was like 2 years old.
What kind of a cult?
The Mooney cult.
The Moonies?
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Yeah. He divorced my dad's mom and participated in a mass wedding, married a random Asian lady.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
But then my dad like hated him after that because he like gave all his money to the cult instead of sending him to Boy Scouts, which I totally understand. Like I would hate that. If like instead of taking me to diving lessons, my parents were like, "No, we're just going to give money to this cult." Oh my gosh. So yes, the Moonies. Yeah.
Oh, I was kind of in a cult. I grew up in a culty church. We had to wear jean skirts to go swimming, which was really dangerous.
Yes, the drag on denim is really bad.
It's really bad. And for whatever reason, they decided jean skirts was the right fabric for swimming. Just for the girls, though. The men could wear swim trunks.
You got to do like.
I swear, I think they wanted us to drown. Yeah, I mean, now they have. Of course, that was back in the 80s, and in the 80s, they didn't have any. Oops, I just dropped my phone. They didn't have any like modest swimwear like they do now with the spandex swim material that's like long sleeved and skirts and stuff, or the leggings. They didn't have that. So if you wanted to wear modest swimwear, you just had to wear clothes. And, it was, my mother used to make us bathing suits that had these weird skirts on them. They were cute, but they were long.
What what's the point of that? Unless you have crazy pubes that are out of control, like what's the point of wearing a skirt with a bathing suit? To hide your ass?
Modesty. Yeah, to hide your ass. We were not allowed to show our ass at all, ever. We had to wear long skirts too. They had to go down to like your ankles.
Wow.
So, and we weren't allowed to cut our hair or wear makeup.
Wait, were
So
you
you had to
Amish?
look as ugly as possible. No, Pentecostal does it too. They do it too.
Cool. Did you
And
churn
we had to go
butter?
to church camp. We had to go to church camp every summer, which was
Cool.
super weird in Southern Illinois, and it was like a bunch of hicks. It was
I love
very
that.
odd.
Well, we
Yeah.
just had vacation Bible school, and we had to just paint bricks and bring them home, and it would really be like a burden. I'd be like, "Here, Mom, I made this at vacation Bible school," and she'd be like, "Ugh, it's like a brick that you don't want in the house, and it lingers in the house for 20 years because no one can bring themselves to throw it out." And you're like,
Yeah.
stubbing your toe on it. Yeah, I remember one time I brought home like a huge rock from like a Girl Scout camp, like a literal like a small boulder in my backpack. My mom was like, "What the fuck did you bring this home?" Oh my gosh, yeah, it's
I think
fun.
we're lucky we didn't all get molested at that weird camp, though. I gotta tell you, I feel like there was some weird shit going on, and we managed to avoid it. Thank
Oh, that's
God.
I think if anybody can get through their childhood without being molested, I would say being molested is worse than like physical abuse.
Oh yeah, probably. Although I don't know. I mean, I haven't experienced either, so I don't know. But it seems like it would be to me that I imagine that it is.
Yeah, I guess it all sucks. It's just different ways, and you just have to know yourself. Like I knew when I met Frank, like this was the guy for me because he had like a soothing, calming presence, and I learned about myself through like different boyfriends over the years. Like I cannot be with somebody who like yells a lot or gets angry a lot because that reminded me of my dad, and I literally would like shut down because you're like preparing for the worst, you know.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So
I had an ex who was like my dad in a lot of ways with the yelling and the screaming, and I remember thinking one day, I can't live with it. I can't live like this. This is like I remember he was running around screaming at me about where are his keys.
like you have them.
Why would I know where your keys are? I don't know. You put them somewhere, and I have nothing to do with your keys. So why am I getting yelled at about it?
Because you're in the
So,
house.
but then my husband, when I met my husband, same thing. He was very calm, and he's a lot like my dad in all the good ways, but not any of the bad ways. Like he's real financially savvy, and he's into he's smart. He's like all the things and like capable, all the things my dad is, but he doesn't have that wicked rage streak. My poor dad. He's such a good guy, but he does have a rageaholic problem sometimes. Although he's much better now that he's older, I think.
That's
And
good.
as the testosterone drops,
Yes.
they
It's
do
hard to hang
change.
on to rage when like
Yeah.
blow your back out after a
Yeah.
sneeze.
Yes.
What is
Yeah.
what do the Pentecostals believe in?
Well, beyond you remember the tent revivals you're younger than me, so you might not remember this as it happened, but you might have heard about it in documentaries or whatever. But in the 80s, there was this big tent revival sort of thing going on. I don't remember the name of the guy who started it, but they're the ones that believe in the rapture and the rivers of blood and all the stuff that's happening at the end of times, and they're all into the end
Okay.
time stuff, which is traumatizing as a kid. Really traumatizing. But I mean, mostly their beliefs are pretty standard Christian beliefs. It's just that they have these extra things on top, like the standards for what women have to wear and how they dress and how they look, and which is more like the Mormons or the Amish or whatever. So it's basic Christianity. It's just very strict, very fundamentalist, very strict.
Wow. Did your brothers and sisters did they stay religious after you guys all moved out of the house? Or were you turned off by
Yeah, no, they did. They did. My one sister married a preacher in the same church, although his church is far different than the one we grew up in. It's the same it's Pentecostal, but it's the East Coasters are a little different. Like we were with like the Southern Illinois people, which are, it depends on where you are. The regional makes a difference. Like our home church was in Chicago, and so we were more urban, but we had these connections and ties to the Southern Illinois church, which was very strict and kind of strange. Our pastor eventually left that church, and he now pastors a non-denominational church. So he finally got out of it. He was raised in it too. Again, it's like people do the best they can with what they have. He didn't he was raised like that.
All the people usually only get kind of have dementia. They literally don't know any better.
My dad he does not have dementia. He's great. And like, he just calmed down. Men calm down as they get older, they just do. And I'm glad for him, because that level of anxiety he was living in is no good for anybody. He just has a short fuse, or he did. He doesn't anymore.
My dad drank a lot.
Yeah, my dad didn't drink. In fact, if my dad did drink, he became really nice. So he was the opposite. My mom, when she figured this out, she would meet him at the door with a drink. Like, here, honey, I made you
how very madman of her.
I made you a drink, because it would mellow him out. Like, I swear my dad has an undiagnosed panic disorder or anxiety disorder, because he's just never, and I'm sure he has raging ADHD, because, we all have it. And I'm pretty sure it comes from him, and that his anxiety has always been super high. And I really think that's what it was. And so when you give him an alcoholic drink, it calms him down. So he would kind of forget about the anxiety, and then he would become sweeter. And when he gets if he gets real drunk, he just gets funny. It's very funny. And he does not get violent at all. It's funny, because what's really in there kind of comes out when he's drinking, which is he's a teddy bear. But when he's high anxiety, he can't, he has trouble coping. And that's what I realized when I was 40. I'm like, holy cow, my dad's not mean. He's full of anxiety. And that's really sad. And it made me sad for him. It made me feel like, God, I've had this wrong impression for many, many years, thinking that he didn't like me, or that he was disappointed in me, and it just wasn't true. He just was having trouble coping himself.
Yeah, that's true. Like, kind of similarly with my dad, I learned, like, he had a bad marriage, couldn't communicate. Like, there was like no communication going on. Like, both parents not getting what they wanted at all. Like, I don't know. Just, I don't know what they would even talk about. I would overhear a lot of fights, a lot of fights about money. And, a lot of fights about, like it's my mom's fault that, like, me and my brother and sister didn't do more chores or something.
It's nobody's fault. Kids don't do chores. They just don't.
Yeah. Like, we're just lazy.
And also, when they do them, they do them so poorly that you just stop you stop asking them to do it.
I watch a lot of Instagram videos of Asian kids folding clothes. So I'm going to try to figure out how to do that with my bean. Like, I'll be like, look, here's how you fold your shirt.
It's funny. I've done a poor job with my 11-year-old, because I asked him to help me fold the laundry the other day, and I've never asked him to do that before. And he could fold his pants well. He did that well. But the shirts, he needed help. So I was teaching him how to fold shirts. Then I started folding socks, and we have to keep the socks, you have to ball them up and so that they stay together in the basket. We just have one sock basket for the children. I quit trying. There's
a free for all of socks.
Yes, because listen, you don't understand the sock game when you have multiple children. If you spent your time like dividing everybody's socks and putting them in their drawers, it would be too much. So we now just I have a sock basket that has the children's socks and mine in one basket. And my husband's the only one that gets the special sock treatment, where his socks.
Wow. I hope
everybody else has to fight it out in the basket for the socks.
Like for rations.
Yeah.
Everybody else take the best socks.
Yeah, I don't have time for that shit. I sit on the bed, I fold the socks, I throw them in the basket. Then when you need socks, you go to the basket and you get your socks. So, and I mean, this is what I've had to do to save, my sanity, because I can't do it. One kid is one thing. 2 kids, you're starting to lose it. 3 kids, forget it. See, I'm not the only one that does this. You just have a sock basket. So anyway, I'm trying to teach him how to fold socks. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
We have a sock orphan basket, which is just full of single socks.
I got to get a pair of socks. Hold on. I got to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about because otherwise I'm not going to be able to describe it properly. Okay, so here's a sock. So I'm like teaching him how to do this stuff, right? And I'm like, okay, here's how you fold the socks. You put the two together at the top, and then we just flip them inside out like this, right? And you got socks, and you throw them in the basket.
All the way through? You leave them dangling like that?
Well, wow. These are my husband's socks, so these are very large. If I were to do a large pair, I would fold it in half first, and then I would do it this way. Yeah, so then it would be like that. But he does not. If he saw me doing this to his socks right now, he would be so angry. He doesn't like because he says that it makes one sock stretchier than the other. So he has to have his socks folded just like this in his drawer, which is how I do.
Very Marie Kondo is to simply just fold the socks like that. Marie Kondo is against the balling of socks because I think it affects the elastic. No,
we don't care about that with the children's sock basket or mine. We don't care about that. So I'm trying to teach him just how to do just this, just like that. Oh my God, this poor kid. I was thinking by the time we were done, I'm like, do I need to send him to like a therapist? He couldn't get it. And he was trying so hard. He was like, wait, which way does it go? Like, and I'm thinking to myself,
how old is he?
Was I this bad at 11? I feel like I could do this at 11. Poor thing. But
I'm angry if I do several like rounds of laundry and I still can't find the mate to a sock. I go, where is it? Like how did I have loose socks, like orphan socks, and if too much time goes by and I can't find the other sock, like some of these socks, it's been months since they've been reunited, and I'm starting to lose hope.
Oh, I have an entire bag.
Away.
I have an entire bag of mismatched socks that every like 3 months, I say to myself, okay, today's the day. I'm going to match all of them, and then what's left, I'm throwing them out. They're going in the garbage if they don't have a match. But there's something that happens. Where when I'm doing this, I throw out some of them.
Like you hold out hope. You're like, but he's out there still. He's out there.
We have so many socks. Why do I hold on to it? If I showed you my sock bag right now, it's the most embarrassing thing in my house.
I'll hang on to like a single sock. If it's like a cozy sock or like one of my favorite ones, I'm like, damn, this one's separated. Like, what a shame.
Yeah, it's terrible. I wish that, what I tried to start doing was, and here's my idea. Now that everybody's feet are basically the same size, like my 11-year-old is now in like an adult small, so he can wear my size socks, right? I want to throw out all the socks and buy all the same socks.
See, I'm against that idea.
So that it doesn't matter which one comes out, they all match.
I think it's wrong. Not everyone should be wearing the same socks.
Why? Why not? They're just socks. What if I had just a set of all white socks and a set of all black socks?
I don't like a communal sock situation. So like growing up, to save money.
You're gonna change your mind as your kid gets older.
My mother would take me and my brother and sister out to Taco Bell like a lot. And but to save money, we would all share drinks and not. I brought this up to Frank, my husband. He was like, "What the?" He looked at me like I was being abused. Like we would share drinks, and he was like, "Why wouldn't your mom just buy each your own drink?" And that.
Okay, well, that is much different than socks. I mean, socks.
No, hear me out. This is my whole. We're getting to my sock philosophy right now.
Okay, all right.
You'd have to share a drink with somebody. I'd either share a drink with like my sister or my mom, and it was like usually Diet Coke you had to drink because that's what they drink.
Ew. Now I give your kid Diet Coke. Okay, that is abusive. I'm sorry. I'm with Frank.
All soda is poison, but particularly diet soda because I'm pretty sure Tab gave my mom a brain tumor, and that's what she died from. And she kept Tab in business throughout the 80s and 90s. So I was like, I can't do diet soda. Anyway, so when I finally would get my own cup at the Taco Bell, I would mix every soda in it as to make it unattractive to my brother, sister, and mom. I'd be like, look, I'm staking out. This is going to be my drink. I'm making it disgusting. Like, I personally don't even like how it tastes, but this is what I have to do to have my own drink. I put fruit punch, Sprite, root beer, everything in one cup. And so now I have this habit. So I kind of have that attitude towards socks. Like, I would buy like weird colored socks that you can keep track of just so they don't get mixed up in other people's socks. So I don't really wear white socks because I know they're gonna end up in somebody
mixed up. Well, I mean, it makes sense. You have a reason for it. That makes sense. I was never forced to share sodas, so that's gross. So I don't have that trauma. I don't have that trauma trigger. So sharing socks is okay for me, and it's okay for my kids too because they're not doing the laundry, so what do they care?
Even now, I buy recognizably very colorful socks. I just know it's the second I buy a white sock, I'll wear it once, I will never see it again because that's gonna end up in somebody else's drawer and it's gonna make me angry. I just don't even do it.
Yeah.
But
God, did you have any idea that when you texted me earlier and you're like, what are we gonna talk about? No, we were gonna end up talking about fucking socks. You're such a mom now. It's so great. We talk about laundry and socks.
Prepared me. Nothing can prepare you until you actually go through it. Like, there's so much of it that's like so like giving birth. Holy shit, is that humbling? But what's harder than that is breastfeeding for now 2 years. Like, that is so much harder. I would rather give birth
my first
4
one was
times
2
in a
years.
row. Like, it's so it lasts what? I don't know, a couple hours, couple days. No big deal. Breastfeeding every day for 2 years, that's no joke.
Yeah, when I got to the 20, I think it was 27 months mark, I was like, okay, we have to do something about this because she's not going to stop on her own. I kept thinking she'll just get tired of this and we'll be able to stop. But I did find out why. Eventually I figured out why. And so I would like to encourage you to keep going if your son is refusing to stop, because sometimes there can be a reason for it. For instance, my daughter, my oldest, she was the one that went on for 2 years and she wouldn't give it up, and she never would take a bottle either. But it turned out after I did eventually go away for the weekend, that was our plan, that I would go away for the weekend and my husband would just continue to offer her a cup because she would drink out of a cup, and he would just give her a cup and give her snacks and just explain to her that I'm not there and see how it went. And by the time I came back, she made it. She lived, over the weekend. She didn't die. And she was pretty much, she was 2.
Did she have like a toddler formula or like some other milk that she would drink?
I think he may have been giving her what I pumped. I may have pumped it, or he may have also given her just regular milk at that point because a 2-year-old can have regular milk. I don't remember. But so she then she was pretty much weaned. But I found out later because she was a very picky eater. She did not eat much, and she was also very small. So she was always under the curve, and she just was genetically small. But she didn't eat a lot because she had a lot of digestive problems I didn't know about. So she had reflux. And I know that now because after years and years of stomach aches and this and that, you finally figure it out. But when they're babies, they can't tell you my stomach hurts when I eat anything else. They can't tell you those things. So sometimes there's a reason for it. And so don't give up. Don't give up too soon. Don't freak out. It might be, if he is eating really well though, and he eats other foods and he's doing okay, then it's probably okay. She just was really, really picky. I mean, that poor kid lived on peanut butter and honey and chocolate milk for 2 years straight after that, because that's all she could eat. That was all she would eat. It was the only thing she would eat that she wouldn't get like bad stomach aches, but I didn't know. She couldn't really tell me. So I found out later it was reflux, and we've solved that. And unfortunately, during her childhood, we had spaghetti all the time because we were so poor. That was like one of the things that we would eat all the time.
We have it like at least once a week.
Right, and that tomato sauce would just really upset her with the reflux, and I didn't know, and she didn't know either. We didn't understand it or know what was going on, so poor thing, she's, like, traumatized by see, these are the ways you traumatize your kids, you don't even know it, and to this day, she talks about how much she hated the fact that we ate spaghetti all the time.
Oh,
I can't
everybody
make
said
spaghetti.
something like, "We ate noodles and butter all the time because, like, I don't know, I guess spaghetti sauce was expensive or something." Like, my mom would just give us noodles with, like,
I love
oh,
noodles and
we'd have a
butter.
big old tub of country crock. I didn't even know about real butter till after I was out of the house. I was like,
Yeah.
"What? You get your butter from a big tub of congealed, like, a mish?" We'd have just a literally,
Oh god, that
um,
margarine stuff is so gross.
I don't know why. Margarine, Crystal Light, my mom would make buckets and buckets of Crystal Light, the Crystal Light iced tea, like,
Yeah, it's
always.
weird. My mother was very crunchy Whole Foods mom back in the '80s, which is weird. I don't know where she got that bug from, but we weren't allowed to have any processed food at all.
That's
No
amazing.
chips, no Doritos, no Kool-Aid, and Kool-Aid was the big thing. Everybody was drinking that red dye water,
Red
like
40, yeah.
yeah, Red 40 water. My mother wouldn't let us have any of it. No juice boxes, no nothing. We couldn't have sugar. She kept me
Good.
off all dairy. She would
Wow.
she would bake our bread. She would give us, like, sunflower seeds to eat for snacks. I swear. They used
That's
to
a good
call us
idea.
bird seed on the bus.
That's a
That
good
was
idea. That's
another
a
way my mother traumatized us. We always had the weird lunch at school where they'd
good
make fun of you for the weird lunch. My mom would give us, like, thermoses of soup and stuff. It was good, but, I mean, we wouldn't get white bread. There was no white bread in my house. You're not allowed to
I
have
love that.
Wonder Bread.
That's
But it was
great.
weird, but back then, it was so weird. No one else was doing that. Now it's everywhere. Now that's what everybody does. It's the hip thing to give your kids all organic, no
Mhm.
processed food, and nobody thinks twice about it. But in the '80s, it was super weird. We got bullied for it constantly.
Wow, that's really we had, like, yeah, white bread for sure. We would always have some kind of box of Entenmann's on the table, usually, like, the chocolate chip cookies, the little ones, and,
Oh, I loved those. My
what
grandma would
happened is,
have
like,
those in the house.
my mom's eating disorder kind of trickled down to all of us, like, her kind of disordered relationship with food kind of was passed on to us because, like, my dad would always, I guess, call her fat or, like, make her feel like she was too big, like
Mm,
German, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're very
mhm.
anal about a couple extra pounds, so they're
Who
doing
is it? LMP in the chat says, "My grandmother would put sugar in Tang." Oh, that
Ew!
is that's a lot. That's a
Wow.
lot.
What else do we have? Yeah, a lot of pretzels, but we also didn't have, like, Lunchables because that was, like, processed meat, and that was also a big luxury. That was a lunchtime luxury that we could not afford. Lot of smushed, like, bottom of your backpack peanut butter and jellies, but it was kind of good that way because it would be, like, really, like,
I always
all
wanted
smushed
a peanut
together.
butter and jelly when I was a kid. My mother would only give me that gross natural peanut butter that was, like, super thick.
Had to be stirred up.
Oh, man, this is the one thing, though. I got so traumatized by the healthy food that I would give my kids white bread and Doritos. Which was stupid. Eventually, I quit doing that because, you find out real quick that red dye and children do not mix, and,
Mm,
they get real weird after you give it to them. So I figured it out. I figured out she was right.
yeah,
But, yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, I the baby turned 2 this, last month, so he had, like, a
God, how
couple
has
of
it been?
days in a row of, like, cake and ice cream and then some other kid's party, and I was like, "Okay, we're
Mhm.
done. We're done with, like, full-blown sweets for a while," because I really tried to not give him much until he was 2, and, then, a grandparent gives him a bunch of lemon ice cream, you're like, "What are you doing, pop, pop?" But yeah, I can bake bread, but I kinda stopped. I haven't baked in a couple months, but I gotta get back on that.
I am the princess, correct. Only crunchy, never creamy. Absolutely. God, I
Oh,
used to love going to, like, friends' houses for sleepovers because their parents would make
have so
the
much junk food.
canned orange juice, like the frozen kind with the water, and, like, we
Wow.
wouldn't we always we my mother would buy, like, the real kind of orange juice, which, of course, is better than that
Right.
concentrated stuff, but as a kid, for whatever reason,
Exciting.
that was exciting for me, like, and I would get Kool-Aid at their house, and it would just
Oh, wow.
I would just feel like
My
this is the
oh my
greatest place on earth.
I remember we went to this girl who lived a few streets away. Her name was Lynn Hasday. She was famous for she was like a huge tomboy. She was famous for wearing shorts well into the winter. Like, I don't know how she did it. She
Oh,
just
she
was
was
like
a
a
shorts person. We have those in New York.
drive,
They're
like,
bizarre.
Umbros till February. Like,
Mhm.
you have to take the shorts from her cold, dead hands, and, like, we'd be just waiting for the bus in her shorts, it'd be snowing, but she was rich and big house, and, like, in her kitchen, there was a candy drawer, and it blew my mind that somebody had candy in their house, and it was nowhere near Halloween time. I was like, "What? You have a drawer of candy?"
Oh,
I
you'd
still
never
can't
find
get
that in
over it.
my house. My mother would give out religious tracts at Halloween.
Wait, you cut out. Uh-oh.
Am I am I back? Am I gone? I feel like I'm still here. I
Oh,
still
no.
see
Are
me.
you there? I'm gonna refresh.
Oh, no. Chat, is it me or are we alone? Where did she go? Chat, can you still see and hear me? Because I can still see and hear me. Oh, maybe not. Looks like the chat died. Chat, tell me if you can see me. I'm just going to assume that you can. I'm not going to sit here and give you dead air. You hear me fine. So is Chrissy gone and I'm the only one here? Because that's how, well, this is my show now. Welcome to my show, everybody. Make sure you, wait, is she back? There she is. There she is.
What did I do?
I don't know. I was here the whole time. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes. I don't know what the
Okay,
hell I
good.
did. I think I fucked something up.
Listen, I found this out the other night. So I was on using Rumble Studio. I've been trying to learn it as well because of
Mhm.
YouTube. Fuck YouTube, by the way. Sorry, YouTube, but you suck. You keep demonetizing people for being inauthentic
Oh,
content,
why?
and your AI bot is accusing humans of being AI bots. It's crazy.
Wow.
Um, so and Tug got demonetized, his whole channel. For
Why?
inauthentic content. Oh, yeah, he started the trending thing that was happening because it happened to him, and he was like, "I need your help," and to get their attention because clearly I'm a real person. I've
Mm,
been streaming for 14 years. Stop this.
yeah.
And so we're obviously looking. He got his channel back, but not without it being really terrifying. And Tug, quit his job last year and has been full-time streaming since, and that is his livelihood. It's mine too, but I mean, I have a husband who also works, so if the worst happens, I'm not going to starve. On the other hand, if the worst happens to Tug, he has 2 little girls
He
depending
will
on him, and
starve.
he will starve.
Mhm.
That's not okay. So we are looking for, alternative. We went immediately. We got a sponsor. Like, we're trying to get free of YouTube. And the problem with it's just nuts to me that they can do that, and I guess they can because the contract or whatever, the terms of service are so terrible that they can just do that. Um, but it's a real problem. I mean, it happened to Yellow Flash got taken down for um it happened to me too. Just a couple weeks ago, I was on a live stream and I showed that video of the guy with no arms and no legs shooting at a shooting. He shot a guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen this video. I played it on a live stream and they took my show down in the middle of my show, and they accused me of showing a gun on a live stream as if I were handling a gun and not
Oh,
just
because
showing a
what?
news clip. Yeah, and not
So
just showing a news clip that tons of people were showing. Frank showed it, like all kinds of people were showing it. Nobody else got taken down. And Yellow Flash got hit for the same thing. He was showing the footage from the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and he got taken down for that. And they give you like a 24-hour timeout, like you're a bad person. You go sit in the corner for 24 hours. Yeah, it's outrageous. Anyway, I was going to tell you, back on the track of what's happening in the Rumble Studio. So I've been using Rumble Studio, trying to maybe are we going to try to move to Rumble at some point? I don't know. So I'm learning how to use the studio. Well, yesterday I was streaming the trial stream in there, and I noticed that as the stream went on and it got longer and longer, the studio got slower and slower till it was almost unusable. I couldn't even play my outro song because I couldn't click the button.
What?
It wouldn't load. I have a contact there who's a Rumble Studio person. I'm giving them all my notes about what's wrong with it and these glitches that it has. But if you're starting to notice that it's slowing down or you can't do something in the studio, I think it has something to do with the length of the stream, because the longer I went, the worse it got. That's what I noticed.
That's bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
That's because you guys.
And I would like to get free of StreamYard. I would like to get free because it's so expensive. I mean, God, they're fleecing me. They're really fleecing me. I don't want to leave YouTube if I don't have to, but I need to have a platform that is actually going to help my show and not try to destroy it. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Not actively try to destroy us. But we're very excited. We got our first sponsor, and that is very exciting.
FastGrowingTrees.com?
No, it's actually Keto Brains, which I love.
I love Keto Brains. I saw your mug, and I was like,
this is the cool. Is this not the coolest mug you ever saw? A brass knuckle mug. I mean,
have a bunch of extra mugs because they were a Content Hotel sponsor, so we had a bunch of their stuff in our swag bags.
Yeah, it's such a cool company. It really is, and the product itself is amazing. I cannot say enough good about it. I really wanted a sponsor I really liked, because I don't feel like I can sell things that I don't believe in or like. It's tough.
Yeah, because you're not a liar. You're not a.
Well, yeah, you build up a relationship with your chat over years, and I don't want to mislead them or just sell them some dropship shit, right? Mm-hmm. Have you tried reading the Rumble ads?
I did. A couple streams ago, I did try, and I don't qualify for any more right now.
Yeah, well, again, the later it gets in the evening, the less ads are available because they've already been. There's only a finite number of ads.
Yay.
But I will say this, I do like the fact that that's an option on Rumble.
It's very smart.
I mean, the other night, I think I made an extra $100 just by reading some of those ads. Oh. That wasn't bad. But I will say, though, that I wish they would, and they're getting a little better at it. Some of their ads are so political. It's like, listen, my audience is not political. I don't need to read them about, can we please not do ads about patriotic coffee? There's nothing patriotic about coffee. There's nothing patriotic about coffee.
1775 coffee, the year we were freed from the British.
I mean,
the year before.
I mean, the cringe factor is too high for me. I can't. Although I did do an ad on Rumble the other night for game controllers. That was a cool ad. And then I bought one. Then I bought one. You can do it?
Game controller ad right now.
Do it.
Guess what? Are you ready to level up your game? I don't know if you guys are ready. AIM Controllers is where custom meets unbeatable value. And right now, it's the best deal of the year. We start with official Sony and Xbox controllers, fully compatible with console and PC. No functionality lost. Then you go wild with custom features, smart bumpers, paddles, grips, stick height, custom buttons, even design your own PS5 snap panels. I don't even know what that is. Here's the best part. Here's what no one else is doing. It's a lifetime warranty on all modified parts. That's right. Lifetime. What other company does that? Exactly. No other company. Normally, a fully loaded setup could run you $400, but during our one price promo, it's just $209 or €182. But I don't think there's Europeans listening. No matter how many features you add, use code RUMBLE at checkout and lock it in. This is your sign. Go to aimcontrollers.com and build the last controller you'll ever need. Wow. That's
Yeah,
true.
and then I bought one, because it's my husband's birthday
Wow.
tomorrow, and I was like, "Hey, you know what? He would really like this." And I will say this, I have real experience with this company because I had a problem when I ordered it. There was a glitch in there. I used my phone and there was a glitch. I hit Apple Pay and it didn't go through. It didn't go to the thing where it does the face, it looks at your face, double click to pay or whatever. It didn't do that. And I hit it again, like, okay, it didn't go through. And then nothing happened. So I hit PayPal and I'm like, okay, fine, we'll pay for it on PayPal. I went through on PayPal. Then I get 2 notices that I ordered 2 of these things. So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And they have like a 24-hour cancellation thing. You can cancel anything in 24 hours, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. I contacted them on Twitter and they fixed it right away.
Wow.
So I will say that I can, with experience, AIM controllers at least they have good customer service. Not so great with the website through the phone. I would suggest maybe doing it on a browser just in case there's a bug there. But they were very responsive, so that's good.
Wow. That's great.
And it was a very big discount. I got like $120 off or something.
Wow. Yeah, controllers are not cheap. Like I
No,
think
and they break all the time. And the thing that I
Mhm.
liked about this is that it has a lifetime warranty. So if it breaks, they give you a new one.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Wow, it's like a Rolex. I still can't get over. I had Gavin McGinnis in the studio a couple months ago, and he has a Rolex, and like
Mhm.
he's going on and on about like a man's not a man until he has a Rolex, and it's like they're $25,000+ watches, and I'm sitting here listening to him go on and on about his Rolex, thinking, this guy didn't even give me a gift for my wedding. Like, isn't it a little, you know what I mean? Like, maybe leave the watch at home when you go to do a podcast at the house of the person who you didn't bother
Yeah.
to give a wedding gift to.
Wow.
Meanwhile, drank the entire bar dry. Like,
Wow.
actually arrived late and drunk to my wedding and then proceeded to like
And
drink
didn't
the
even
whole
bring
bar.
a gift?
No, and he was probably like the
Pretty
richest
bad.
person there.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well,
I
he's not that rich. He's spending all his money on Rolexes, apparently.
Clearly, yeah. We wanna take away from the Rolex fund, so
I'm so cheap. I'm so frugal. Like in fact, this is funny. This is a funny laundry story that just happened. My husband and I have had this laundry basket for years. I don't know when we got it, but we've had it forever. It's metal. It's very pretty. It looks like metal scroll work. And unfortunately, though, over time, the metal has like, I don't know, like peeled up somehow, and it's like barbed wire. And every once in a while, you go to reach in to get something, and a piece of metal sticking out will get right under your fingernail,
Oh.
and it will go, "Ow, God!" And like it bit you, this thing. And because we're so cheap, I never asked my husband if like he was being hurt by this thing too. I just know that I've had many injuries from this laundry basket over the years, and yet I keep putting up with it. I keep going. So yesterday, this is a true story. Oh my God, yesterday I'm trying to do the laundry and it's overwhelming. And I go to pick up a pile that's just sitting in front of the laundry basket, and my hand, same thing, goes right into the metal scroll thing and right under the nail, and I am just, it was the last straw. I pick up my phone, I text my husband, I say, that's it, I've had it, find me a new laundry basket. I have been injured for the last time. I want you to find
Wait,
an
how many
actual
times
basket.
did you get injured from the laundry basket before you decided to do something about it?
Over the years, at least we've had this thing for 10 years at
Oh
least.
my God!
And
So
I've
you
probably
think
hurt myself on it
you're
2 or 3
10
times,
years?
2 or 3 times a year for 10 years.
What's wrong with you? What, like, isn't that
That's,
stressful
we're
to be like,
cheap.
I'm risking my hands, like, I'm gonna cut
We're
myself on
cheap.
this laundry basket?
What are you doing?
That's
I have a kid raid. Hold on a second. I'll be
You're
right back.
doing a very important podcast about a laundry basket. A kid raid. Oh my gosh. Hello, chat. I have a phone. I don't need to watch anymore. Exactly.
So he just wanted a hug. So he wanted to go. He's going to bed. But yeah, 10 years I put up with this. 10 years. And so then I text my husband this, and he just gives it a thumbs up. He doesn't say anything. He just thumbs up. So, and he was out shopping. So I'm expecting he's going to bring home a laundry basket that is, soft. And I tell him, I don't want anything metal. I want plastic, or I want wicker. I don't want anything else. He comes home, he brings a beautiful, nice basket, an actual one. And he goes, I've got a scar from that thing on my hand.
Wow.
He's never told me this before. I started laughing so hard. I'm like, are you kidding? I'm like, it bit you too? He's like, oh, many times. I'm like, why
wouldn't you keep it?
And he goes, because we're frugal. I said, it's true. The thing was expensive. And, we made a bad purchase, and we just put up with it.
Try to put some duct tape over it or something.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's just sometimes you make these decisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just live with the bad decision you made because you made it, and it's your bed now, so you lie in it, even if it's metal and it hurts.
It doesn't have to be that way.
I know. We could have bought that thing 10 years ago. We could have bought a new basket.
10 years.
10 years I put up with it. 10 years.
My
finger is still throbbing. It's still throbbing from the injury yesterday. And it's funny. I don't know what was the last straw. I guess it's just one too many times that I just cracked. I cracked yesterday.
Where is the laundry basket currently? Is it still in the house?
No, I got him. He said that he might get the sledgehammer out so that we can go to town on it and do Office Space style on the printer, but we'll do it to the laundry basket maybe, he said.
Yeah, the scene from Office Space.
Yeah, where we stomp it. We'll stomp it in the yard.
That's great. I'm not frugal. I don't know why that is. I don't know. Maybe it's being raised in lower middle class family. James Shart says, glad to see two of my favorite ladies on the same podcast. Thank you, James Shart.
Thanks, James.
James Shart do 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 do. James Shart do 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 do. James Shart do 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 do. James Shart. That's all that's in my head now are just children's songs. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm very frugal. I would like to be. I see these Instagram people, with their beautiful kitchens, and everything is so aesthetically pleasing, and everything matches, and
full modern beige.
Yeah, I would love to have that. I feel like I would love to feel like my kitchen was curated in a way that made me happy. But the truth is, I have all this mismatched hodgepodge shit, but it all still works, so
Right.
it feels wrong to me to throw it in a dumpster and just replace it with other shit. It just, and so I'm never going to have that. I'm never going to have, because I can't do it. I can't. There's just something in me that I can't do it. I've told my daughter though, I'm like, man, I wish it was like that. I wish I had an Instagram kitchen. It would be great.
Your house will catch on fire and you'll get to start all over.
That's the only way I would feel good about doing it. That's the only way, because imagining just taking out all my stuff, all my canisters or whatever, and just pitching them when they're perfectly good.
All your gross old Tupperwares.
Oh, I would like to, but I don't know. I'm just frugal like that. I think it's just I spent too much time living on my own, struggling. My parents have always had a lot of money, but my dad was always like, you go get a job and you take care of yourself. I'll help you if you get in a scrape, but you go take care of yourself. So I did, and making $8 an hour, and you just learn to get by with what you have, because there's not money to buy more stuff. And then when there is money to buy more stuff, it's well, but that money's probably better spent on the college fund. And I'm driving a rusted out minivan. I've been driving a rusted minivan since it's a 2015. And it's been rusted for the last 5 years, I guess. And I just replaced I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. I just replaced the transmission. It's terrible. It's terrible. I would like to be one of those people who's like, yeah, I want a new Escalade, but I can't do it. I can't
An
pay.
Escalade. What are you, a drug dealer? No, don't get an
Yeah.
Escalade.
Have you driven an Escalade?
No, it's too big of a car. It doesn't
Oh, it's
interest me.
fabulous. They're fabulous. They're so comfortable.
Really?
They're so comfortable. Yes. My
I
cousin
like a
has one and I love
small
it.
SUV. I like,
But I have a giant German Shepherd. Like, I can't have a small anything. I have to have a pickup truck or a minivan or a Lincoln, one of those
Navigator.
Navigators, which is
Yeah,
also an incredible car, by the way. But I'll never
really?
have one because I'm not gonna pay what it costs. It's like a small house.
Wow.
That's how much they
I
want for
can't
those
imagine
things.
leasing. I've never had a new car in my life. Like, the car I have now is the newest car I've ever driven, and it's like a 2022. So,
Yeah,
and that's
buying new cars is stupid. You
so
always should
stupid.
always buy that's my
Old
that's my advice, kids. Always buy used.
old
Never
used
ever
cars,
buy a
they have
new
so much
car.
more character too. Like, oh my, I have so many funny stories from all the broken down cars I drove, like, in my teens and 20s, because my dad knew the local mechanic, so we were always driving around in some, like, random shitty car, like, he got for us. But it was fun. We got fun stories out of it. Like, everybody in my high school had so much money, and they were either driving, like, a Jetta or, like, some other nice car, and I had, like, but then, oh my god, I felt so cool because my dad was able to get me a red Jeep Cherokee, and I was like, "Oh my god,
Well,
I
those were fun.
it's so cool." And I got to put my college sticker on the back. Oh my god, life was good.
Those are fun. My dad had one of those. It was white. I got to drive that a lot. Yes, I am the princess. I do wanted Ford F-150. They're fabulous. When my car was in for the transmission work, my husband rented me a brand new Ford F-150, and oh my, I fell in love with that truck real fast. It's very fast.
Ooh. My
But I
dad
mean, I went through so much gas.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
bad.
That's a
I don't
gas
think I should
hog.
have one. I want one, but I don't think I should have one.
In college, I drove a Cadillac DeVille. It was white, and it had, like, not hydraulics,
Was it thumping? You had
yeah,
it was
kind of.
bounce?
Anytime somebody would get in the car, a new person or just me, it would be like, "Brrr," and a light would come on and say, like, "Car is leveling," and it would, like, cut
Oh,
it was
weird.
like driving a couch down the road, like, I felt like
Oh,
a
that's
middle-aged
fun.
black man every time I got in it, and I was, like, the only, like, 20-year-old white girl who had a white Cadillac. I would drive to college. It was like, such a cool car, though. Like, it was so particular, like, there was no other, and then I got into a car accident. I was so sad because then, I totaled it, and so then my dad got me a different old Cadillac, but it was, like, brown, and it didn't have as much of a pimp factor.
My dad had a total pimp car. It was a Grand National. It was gold, and he called it the Golden Chariot, and the back seat where I would sit, there was a literal hole in the floor that I could watch the road go by. It wasn't so big that, like, my foot could go through it or anything, but it was probably the size of a quarter, and, like, I would just sit there. I remember, like, meditating. There's nothing to do in the '80s. There no devices. I remember just meditating and watching the road go by in the floor of the car.
Wow. Like a Fred Flintstone situation.
Yeah, except you couldn't actually put your feet in there.
Put your feet out and start pedaling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. My dad, the last car he bought before he died was, like, this sick Audi. It was, like, I forget, whatever, like, the latest model was in, like, I don't know, when did he buy it? 2020 or something like that? 21? Oh, it was, like, beautiful, dark gray. It was, like, dark gray and black. It was, like, you wouldn't know it was a really nice car unless you, like, were a car person because it was,
I
like,
love Audi. That was my first car because my dad had another. He loves gold cars. He got a gold Audi 5000, which was also the one called the killer car, because it would occasionally these cars would lose control and, like, accelerate for no reason and end up through somebody's fence.
oh, no.
Ours
That's a
never had that
bad
problem.
age.
Ours never had that problem, but he gave it to me when he was finished with it, and I drove that thing until the brakes went out, and I had a scary issue almost getting, clocked on a highway when my brakes went out going down a hill. But then he got me another one. He got me an Audi and a used one. Oh God, life was so much easier back then. I think he paid $12,000 for this Audi that was It was
Wow.
it was less than a year old. He got it at a car auction. It was beautiful. It didn't have leather. It was but it was that soft interior, like almost
Ooh.
velvet interior. It was just a beautiful car. It was an Audi 80. And that was my first car, that was actually mine after his used one, and it was like the nicest, newest car I had ever had. And
Wow.
I drove that. They last a long time, but unfortunately, the repairs on an Audi are very difficult
So
and
expensive.
expensive because
Yeah.
it's all European parts and stuff. And
Mhm.
then after that, I think I drove a Honda. Oh, yeah, that's right. He had a pizza place in his store, and so he was doing a pizza delivery, so he bought this, like, stripped down Honda Civic with nothing in it, and when I say nothing, I mean no radio. There was just an empty
Wow.
block where the radio was supposed to be, and there was no air conditioning. No, just I think he paid, it was probably like $5,000 or $6,000, right, for a Honda
Wow.
Civic, and it was new, but it was
No
just
frills.
complete no frills, and he bought it for the pizza delivery thing. So, then he gave it to me, and I was like, "Dad, could you put a radio in here?" "No, I'm not gonna put a radio." "Okay, well, but I could really use a radio, I really would like to listen to the radio in the car." I'm like, "You listen to the radio in your car, could we just get, I mean, how much could a radio be?" This argument went on for so long, and he finally put one in, and then, of course, I was on him about, "Dad, could you put air conditioning in the car? Because
See,
it's
I would
really
have asked for
hot."
air conditioning before a radio.
No, I wanted the radio. I was a radio addict. I was such a nerd as a teenager. I listened to AM radio, and,
Ooh, like Rush?
mhm, yeah, but
Oh.
we were in Chicago, I listened to WLS, and I listened to all of their programming, so it would be like Don and Roma in the morning, and then, Rush would come on after that, and then after Rush would be Ro and Gary in the afternoon, and then at night, Jay Marvin, and then late night would be, Art Bell with the weird alien
Wow.
stories. So, but this was my dad. My dad was super into AM radio. It was always on, and so it just became like what I was used to, and then I really liked it. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the radio, and I ended up working at WLS.
Aw,
So I finally
cute.
got a job there one day, but, and Don and Roma were just the nicest people on earth. They were so fun and such great people. But, everybody there was great. I loved WLS. It was a great station, and I had a very good time there. But, the listening to it, my parents slept in different rooms because my dad snored a lot, and my mom couldn't sleep with it, couldn't, like, fall asleep, and he would also listen to talk radio while he slept, and when I couldn't sleep, I would always go into his room, and I would sleep with him because
Aw.
the noise of the snoring never bothered me, and then the radio would always put me to sleep, and I still do in headphones. I listen to talking, when I fall asleep.
Wow.
I can't fall asleep without it.
That's
Now
funny.
it's
I
just
used to
mostly
before I met my husband
Rekieta. I mostly listen to Rekieta when I'm sleeping because he's on overnight,
I always had never TVs in my room ever, until I met my husband, and now it's like no going back, and I would never listen to anything. I'd always fall asleep in, like, dead silence, but, like, he needs Seinfeld or some kinda show on in the background, and he also has, like, the fans on full blast, so it's like a wind tunnel, and then there's Seinfeld, and then so there's, like, a lot of
Yeah, I can
activity
sleep to
going on.
TV. I can sleep to TV too. I fall asleep really easily when the TV is on. For some reason, it acts like a drug on me. So sitting down to watch a movie with my husband is he knows I'm gonna fall asleep. So whenever, like, in fact, the other night I was all ready to watch a movie with him, and he's like, "What movie do you wanna watch?" And he had mentioned Lethal Weapon earlier in the day. I'm like, I haven't seen that in ages. Let's watch that." And I think we got to the part where Mel Gibson forces that guy to jump off the roof, which is like the first 20 minutes in the movie.
And
And
you
then
were
I
out.
have no memory of anything after that. And in fact, my husband told me, he's like, "I tried to wake you up to get you upstairs, but you were out. You wouldn't wake up." I woke up at 2:30 in the
Oh,
morning,
that's the worst.
like, all cricked over on the
Oh,
couch.
I hate that. I hate that so much. I was like, "Ugh." I mean, we don't, like, have a house like that, but, like, oh, I always hated growing up, like, falling asleep somewhere that wasn't my bed. It's the worst. It's so unsettling.
Yeah. Watching Rekieta overnight, you're right, chat. If he's watching Kurt, though, that can be terrifying because on more than one occasion, I have woken up at 3 a.m. to Kurt breathing heavily in my ear because when he's watching those videos, you can just hear
How late was he streaming till?
Nick?
Yeah.
He streams till like 5 a.m. all night.
How?
I don't know. Go what? I was just on with him last week. We were up till 5:30.
When does he sleep?
He has narcolepsy. He can sleep whenever he wants. He sleeps, after he usually sleeps after the show until he has to get up and take the kids to their school or whatever at like 9 or 8:30.
Not enough hours. Was that 3,
and then he sleeps
4 hours?
Yeah, and then he sleeps later after that if he takes a nap because he can nap whenever because he can sleep whenever.
He can nap whenever because he's a man. No.
Yeah, I mean he's like a soldier. They can just lean up against a wall. Fall asleep. They train them to do that. But when you have narcolepsy,
Or
you can do that anyway.
hot tub.
Don't do that. You could drown. Don't do that.
I meant the outside of it.
Yeah, he can just prop himself up anywhere. And his kids go to enough lessons that he can sit in the car and sleep while they're at their lessons.
Did everything work out? Like he got his kids back and he's okay now? Okay.
Yeah. No, the state dropped that real quick. And because I truly believe they didn't have anything to prove that what they said was true. And even though they had the big test everybody was upset about, they refused to let him retest. And if you're not going to let somebody retest state drug testing, which has a very bad reputation of having false positives or doctored positives, then who's to say that's real? And to me, I think they knew it was wrong because they gave his kids back. And if they thought for 1 second that those children were actually exposed to drugs, like in their system, they wouldn't have given them back. I know too much about CPS to know that they would have kept them for 15 months at a minimum.
Wow.
And he got his back in 5, and he hit 1 year sober just the other day.
Oops. No, not the crickets.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So that means you have like 1 or 2 or?
No, none. He has to test all the time.
Oh, wow. But I would get into mocktails. Like there's a lot of fun mocktail books.
Yeah. Yeah. He drinks a lot of iced tea now. And, he's doing really well. I think he was worried about it at first, but he's doing really well now. And he's not having trouble like staying away. I mean, he even went to Vegas and came back and tested clean. So he's good.
Wow. That's the final boss of sobriety, Vegas.
It is, I know. Right? If you can make it through a Vegas trip, you're doing good.
That's awesome.
But yeah, he's been streaming and the streams have been really good. I'm just glad that he's getting back to his schedule. So
yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay. I was so like upset when all that happened because it's my fault because I introduced them all.
Oh God, it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all.
It's my fault.
Nah,
gosh,
it's his fault. That's whose fault it is. His fault.
Oh my gosh, Megan,
and he knows it.
Let me make sure the chat doesn't have any pertinent questions for us. I knew the guy that posed for the Bill Clinton wearing Monica Lewinsky's blue dress painting that Epstein owned. He died of colon cancer. What a stupid story.
There was a guy who posed for that? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what a bizarre fact.
That was a very strange photo, I'll tell you. Or not photo, painting. Very weird. Very weird.
I had a comedian friend who had just become friends with him. Like the absolute latest one could even become friends with Jeffrey Epstein. It was like might have been 2015. It was like either right before the Trump elevator thing. And he is Jackie Martling from the Howard Stern show. And like, if you guys have seen the episode, then you know. He went on and on about like how cool it was to have like he had dinner with Jeffrey Epstein at his Manhattan
no.
apartment twice. He saw that painting.
Oh, no.
And, like, it was him and a bunch of other comedians, like Woody Allen and, like, Nick DiPaolo, and
Oh my goodness. God, that guy, how did he get around the way he did?
we're all like
Did you ask him if he had sex with a minor while he was there?
I was like, did you I'm like, you know, he's like a pedophile, right? Like, and I don't know. And then he's like, "Oh, no, that Trump is." He had, like,
Oh, come on.
you know, he's definitely a legendary comedian, but bad TDS, and would
Oh, of
not say
course.
one bad word about Howard Stern, but, like, would talk the most shit about Trump. So,
people with the Trump derangement syndrome are interesting because I don't get it. Like, I get not liking the guy. He does some weird shit that I think is, a little out there too, but you're just wasting so much of your energy on the extreme hatred. To me is crazy.
It's crazy to hate somebody you'll never meet, who like, you have no control over what they do. Like, that's why I don't get all
And we have
wound
no
up.
control over
Wound up
Washington.
about the wars or what's going on or the
Yeah.
the daily goings on. I'm like, I have no control over that. I am not smart enough to even understand what's going on to get to a point where I would know enough to make an educated opinion on it. Like, that doesn't the amount of research I'd have to do to even get to a place where I would know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, look, I don't
You
have
know what's
time.
funny
It's not
about that,
fun.
Chrissy, is that I spent 20 years on that side of the political commentary sphere. I was a writer for 20 years on a conservative website, and that was my life. And I would report on all the daily happenings, just like you're talking about. And I believed I knew enough to do that. I mean, I was steeped in it for 20 years. And the longer I did it, the unhappier I was. And I finally, in 2020, that was it for me. 2020 was the year that woke me up from all of it, which was to the realization that I am doing no one any good. I'm not doing myself any good. This country is so divided, and that's bad for us. And everything I write that supports one side over the other makes it worse. Because even if, and I don't know if I've ever changed anybody's mind. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I want to love my neighbors. I don't want to hate them, and I don't want them to hate me. And I know that as Americans, we should be able to be at a place where we can vote for different people and not hate each other. And I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of the media dividing people. And I'm so sick of the misreporting too, of taking things out of context and exaggerating and the hyperbole that goes into it. And everybody is a liar in Washington. There isn't one, that story of Lot where in the Bible where he's like, well, what if I'll find 20 good men, in Sodom and Gomorrah. And God's like, okay, find 20. He's like, well, what about 10? What if I find 10 good men? And there aren't any. There's literally none. And that's Washington. It's you'd have to blow the place up and start again. So, defending Republicans was my job. And it made me sick at some point because they're the worst people on earth. And you can see it right now. You got Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and all these people on the right that are supposedly, the talking heads on the right who know what they're talking about. They're all going for each other's throats. They're trying to take each other down. These are the worst people on earth. And I'm not saying Democrats are any better. They're not.
I used to really like Tucker. And now I'm like, again, I'm not like up on everything he's saying, but like, I don't know. He was bright, and I just thought he was like, had his shit together.
I know. I'm so disappointed in all of them. And all I can say is I feel grateful that I was never like accepted into that crowd. Because at the time I remember thinking, God, they ignore me and they take my stories, but they don't give me credit. And it just bullshit, stuff like that. Bullshit would happen. Like the Daily Wire, don't get me started on them. They stole so many of my stories and never gave me credit.
Really?
Oh yeah. They would just take shit that I would do and they would rewrite it and pretend like I didn't write it first. I mean, just terrible things like that. I hated that. give credit where credit is due, for God's sake. But whatever. They're the worst people on earth. And I just eventually realized it. It was like, none of these people are real. They're all fake. All of them. They're all fake. And they're all in it for themselves and what they can get. And this thing that they're all doing to Erica Kirk is really disgusting. And it's almost
like a mob psychology. It's like it's like really bizarre. I don't get it. It just feels wrong. Like every time I try to read about it or like be like, why do these people feel this way? I feel really repelled by it.
It is it's repugnant. What's happening to Erica Kirk, I don't know Erica Kirk. All I know is that she's a widow of a man who was assassinated.
Publicly.
The idea that people on her side, people who claim to be her husband's friends, could then turn around and try to publicly destroy their friend's wife, who he loved more than anyone on earth, is so gross to me. It is so repellent. It makes me sick, and I'm so glad I left that scene. I deregistered myself. I am not a Republican. I am an independent. I probably won't ever vote again in any national election. These are terrible people, all of them. They're all, and I know I see someone in the chat go, all is a lot. Yeah, trust me. I've been there. I've met them. They're terrible people. If you want to keep putting them on a pedestal, go ahead, but they're terrible people.
I pushed the ad thing by accident.
Well, now you have to read it. And if you are a terrible person, maybe you need TrinovaHealth.com.
Powered by Trinova Health is a revolutionary telehealth service that offers fast, free online evaluations and free home delivery of customized compounded medication, offering custom weight loss support. I could use that. Ivermectin therapy, hair restoration. You can always use more hair. Cosmetic rejuvenation, custom ED treatments. Why didn't you say so? And more. You can complete your visit in less than 10 minutes, and there's no subscriptions or recurring fees ever. We've made getting started easier than ever. Simply follow the link, this one right here, with your phone. Simply follow the link, choose the product or treatment you're interested in, then complete a quick online evaluation. Within days, your custom meds will arrive to your door. Mention Rumble in the coupon code and get 10% off your first treatment. 10% off ED medicine. Sign me up. How exciting. It's so exciting when you can read another ad. And I specifically did not pick 1775 coffee because I knew it triggered you.
I don't care if you read it. I just won't. I won't. I won't do it.
No, it's funny.
Well, I've worked really hard to get people in my audience who are from all sides of the political spectrum, and we've come to a place where we're living with one another. And we're aware that we disagree on things, but we're living in the same chat, talking about fun things that we all are interested in, and it's not political. And we're learning to be friends. I want to make Americans friends again. That's what I want.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
James Chart says, make tar and feathers great again.
That would be helpful too in Washington. we could use that.
Oh yeah. Washington seems like it's Hollywood. What did they say? It's Hollywood for ugly people.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. And look, Janie, I don't agree with you when you say Erica invites this ridicule and mocking to which she subjects herself. Her husband was murdered and he left her his company. Is she supposed to put his mantle down and hide away because some people may be jealous of what she was given? Because that's what this is about. It's about people like Candace Owens and people at the Daily Wire who want that audience that Charlie Kirk had for themselves. That's all that this is about. And I know this because I know who these people are. I spent my entire career around these people. They are the most jealous, conniving, bad people on earth. And all you need to know that that's true is that they took a grieving widow and have publicly tried to destroy her. the fact that you're falling for this, that she somehow invited this vitriol into her life by simply doing what her
Existing.
husband
Yeah.
wanted her to do, you're falling for the it's a scam. And you're playing into what they want, which is they want your audience, they want your clicks, they want your money. That's all they want. They want Charlie Kirk's success. They want
Yeah.
his money, they want his company, and they want to yank it away from his wife and children. That's what this is about. It's about nothing else. They are picking at the carcass of a dead man, of an assassinated dead man. It's disgusting. They should be ashamed of themselves. And anyone who's out there, you're buying into this, you got to wake up. What they are doing to this widow is disgusting.
Oh, again, and I'll say, you'll never meet Erica Kirk. Like, why do you have to obsess about her life and her choices and like judging her for if she's like I caught myself judging her the other day, like, oh, is she spending too much time being a CEO? But by the way, I don't know what her schedule is like. She might be spending plenty of time with her kids. She probably has like
Right.
buddies and help and people at her job that can help her. It's probably not like CEOs don't spend 8-9 hour days at the office like wages do. So I'm sure, I mean, like, and then I was
I
like,
don't
oh
know
yeah,
why
I shouldn't
any
be
of us
judging
I
her.
don't know why any of us care. Look, all I can say is that what she's been through is something is unimaginable for someone with 2 little children who now have no father, and now their mother is being subjected to this public flogging. I don't understand it. I never saw it coming. I would never have thought in a million years that conservatives would turn on someone like that. But then again, I should have known, because we're famous for the circular firing squad, which is one of the reasons why I want nothing to do with those people anymore, because they're terrible people. They're terrible people. And it doesn't matter if you don't like how she's running his company. You don't have to follow it and you don't have to support it. It's
True.
okay to just be like, I'll go support the Daily Wire then, or whatever. But there's no reason to do what they're doing, which is tearing down her looks, tearing down her makeup style, her nails, her every choice she makes is the wrong choice
Anyone she
according
has
to
a
these
picture
people.
with, has a hug with. The whole reason why she went to the correspondence dinner was to meet the journalists in person who've been like talking shit about her and actually like have them be like, yeah, meet her, like she's a real person and like, put some humanity to her face, which is crazy that she has to do that, but I don't know. Yeah,
Well,
I
I don't understand it. I see it on Twitter, and I think it's the ugliest shit I've ever seen. And I think anybody who's agreeing, or who, if you're starting to find yourself falling down the rabbit hole of why is Erica Kirk bad, stop yourself. Stop yourself. She's
Get
not
help.
bad. Get help. Stop yourself, because you're falling for a psyop again. These people are pulling a psyop on you.
What I don't know. It just seems like a big waste of time. Like, again, like how
It
does
is.
this affect your
It's
life?
a distraction. It's a distraction from what? What are we being distracted from is the question you should ask yourself. Because anyone who's obsessing about Erica Kirk, there's something very, very wrong with that. I don't know what she's ever done to anybody. I never heard of her before. And then all of a sudden she's supposed to be public enemy number 1? Excuse me, what now? She's just a widow trying to raise her 2 kids after her husband was horrifically murdered in front of all of us. It's amazing to me how quickly this country went from being horrifically saddened by the death of Charlie Kirk to criticizing and attacking his wife. I'm
Yeah,
so
I don't get it.
disappointed. I'm so disappointed in all of you. I want to get, where's the wooden spoon? Look, it's wooden spoon time for these people. Like, I want to smack them with this. Like,
Yeah.
how
Like,
dare you
why?
do this? How dare you do this? If you had any respect for Charlie Kirk at all, then you would never participate in what's happening to his wife. And you would
Yeah,
call
and
out the people who are doing it.
my friend Erica said, because she's in the chat, she was like, if Charlie was so close with God and like such a man, of a God-fearing man, why would God let him marry someone who was so bad, who supposedly is like part of his murder? You know what I mean? Or
Imagine
like,
they were
or
bringing up
assuming-
guys she dated before she met him, like she's some kind of whore because she
Oh my God.
she dated
If
a guy.
people brought up my ex-boyfriends, I would be like, yeah, that doesn't look good either.
Yeah,
They
it's
were
awful.
horrible people.
Why? What does that have to do with anything? Like, it's 2026.
Oh, she's not who she
Everybody's
says she is. She may have been an actress at one point.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, she was on a
I.
reality. She was on a reality TV show.
Yeah.
So what? What does
Yeah.
that mean?
So is everybody. Everyone's been on reality TV. Who
Yeah,
hasn't been an extra on a film just to get some craft service food?
Yeah, it's awful.
I don't get it. Because you know what? It's like, it's love on the spectrum. It's my 600-pound life. It's like the latest distraction.
Yeah, I
So
don't know what is the deal with Candace Owens. I've never been a huge Candace Owens fan, but
she's
I
always
existed
been a
in the
little
same space and I didn't
intense.
really
I never got into her because I just found her energy to be like intense. So I just was like, never found myself like watching her stuff that much.
Yeah, no, Danny, I haven't talked to Dave about it. Look, I don't talk to my friends about their politics because I don't like talking about politics with people. It makes me sad and depressed. And I spent enough of my time in my life wasted on politics. And that portion of my life is over. So when people try to drag me back into it, I just try to remind them how terrible everything is. It's all terrible. They're all terrible. Whichever side you think is the good guy, they're not. They're not. You know who the good guy is? You are, and your neighbor, and the guy across the street. You guys are the good guys. It's not those guys. And the fact that you're putting all your faith and hope and support behind people you don't even know, who give no shits about you. None of those people would throw themselves in front of a bullet for you, but your neighbor probably would. I mean, so you got to concentrate on the people who love their country and love their neighbor, and it's not those people. Trust me. It just isn't. So no, when my friends, look, Dave Neal has his own opinions, and he's gotten into a lot of this Candace Owens stuff, and that's the road he's on right now. I have no desire to try and talk him out of it, or there's no point. We talk about stuff we have in common, and we talk about the Laura Owens case, and I ask him how his baby is, and that's what we talk about, because I'm not interested in all that.
Remember back, like, I don't know, a couple of decades ago, you didn't have to agree with every single thing a person believed in. Like, you could still be friends with somebody and not be completely in lockstep with every thought and opinion. Those were the days.
Yeah, those were the days. That's what I want to happen again. And also, long back then, we didn't talk about our politics unless it was in a political context. Like, you were on an AM talk show and that was the topic and that's what everyone was talking about. But you didn't go to somebody's house, sit down at their table for dinner, and then pick a fight with them about who they voted for. That would have been seen as rude behavior. You never asked somebody who they voted for. It was understood that your vote is secret, and that's that. And we just did not. You don't talk about politics or religion. That was what we were told. It was grilled into us when we were kids. It's rude to talk about politics or religion in social circles. Now you can't get away from it. It's awful.
The requirement for entry. Yeah.
And it's even worse with my background, people, it was funny. I was just at my niece's shower, and they were going to have, it was over Easter weekend, and my sister was having the fiance's family over, and my niece's fiance said to me, "Oh, my dad is looking so forward to talking to you." And I was like, "Really? About what? What does he know about me?" "Oh, well, he loves talking about politics." And I was like, yikes, he's not going to like me now. I don't know what he's read or what he's heard. I don't know if he was like reading my old stuff or what, but yeah, I don't do that anymore. And so people are always trying to drag me into it, because they think, well, she has an opinion. She was outspoken about her opinion for many years, and then they think I still am, or that I want to talk about it at parties, which I never did.
Right.
Why the hell would I talk about my work at parties? I do that at work. Can we not talk about this shit at a party? But
yeah, like does an X-ray technician have to talk about the craziest thing they saw in somebody's rectum that day? No. Although I guess I would want to know.
yeah, I see what you're in the chat. You're saying I wasn't talking about politics with Dave, that you think he's been misled on the Erica Kirk stuff. And maybe he has. I have not listened to what he's been saying about it, but here's the risk I run by saying something to him about it. And, I run the risk of being the asshole who's telling him how to think. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. He's on his own path. He's going to figure it out eventually. What I've told him is this: don't be like me, Dave. Don't spend your whole life on this shit. Don't do that. Have fun. Have fun. Do more entertainment. Do the celebrity stuff and the gossip and the fun, because spending your life on this political drama and garbage, in my opinion, is a waste. It's a waste. And that's how I feel about most of my political careers. It was a waste of time. So, and that's what I've told him. And he can either take that or he can leave it, and he's on his own path, and he'll find out eventually. Everyone does. By the time he's my age, he'll remember that conversation we had.
Yeah, it's good to like remind yourself like what you have control over and what you don't.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I spent so much time thinking that what I said mattered. It's so myopic and juvenile. Nothing that I ever wrote mattered at all. The only thing that mattered was that I made people laugh. That is what mattered. And I'm still proud of what I wrote. I probably agree with most of it. Some of it I don't anymore. But really, the thing that made me the happiest is that people laughed. And that's what I want to do going forward. I want to just make people laugh. That's to me, that's more important than anything else.
I agree. Because that's like you're actually giving somebody it. Like that's a gift.
And it's something that brings us together. If we can laugh together, we can maybe discover that we're not that different. If we can laugh at ourselves, especially too, which is one reason I love Dave. Dave is a comedian. He tells jokes about, he will tell jokes about me that I think are hilarious. I can laugh at myself. And one of my favorites was I was late to the party in Vegas. We were at Reality Steve's birthday party, and I was late, and Dave was doing a little set. And I just walked into the room, and he goes, "Megan Fox is here somewhere, or maybe she got deported." And it was, and I just thought that was the funniest thing. It's just funny, and it's good that we can laugh together about the craziness, and that's what we need to do more of.
I agree. James Shart, your book on Naperville Library was not a waste.
That's true. It wasn't. But again, that wasn't political. That work I did was investigative journalism that I did about a library. It was the Orland Park Public Library, not Naperville, but you were close. It was a investigative work that I did on a public library that was letting weirdos watch porn in full view of kids. That's not political. That's just a good story. And I got it, and I exposed it, and it ended up on Saturday Night Live. That was fun. Wow. So yeah, you're right. It's not a waste. That was definitely not a waste, but I wouldn't say it was political. I was more of a political animal at the time, and the book certainly reflects that. I would have rewritten several sections now, but what are you going to do? I was younger then.
What are you going to do? I forgot this one earlier. This is from Janiel. I'm loving the hocus pocus look on that going for.
Thank you for not saying Cruella de Vil. I appreciate that.
No, it's very cool. I like it. Maybe I need something new with my hair.
I love your hair. It's very pretty.
Thank you. It takes a long time to wash and brush out. And that's my only complaint. It's like,
well, why are you brushing it? You have curls.
Well, you have to brush it after the shower because then it gets all knotted.
Right. But then you have such beautiful curls. You can just put the stuff in and let it dry.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I bought these hot rollers though, but they take a half hour to heat up. Who has time for that?
Did you also notice that then? Okay, so when I was a kid, we used to use hot rollers, Clairol hot rollers. They were great, and they would come. They would come in a bunch of them. I mean, there was probably 30 in the thing. I went and bought new hot rollers, and you get like 8.
Yeah.
I can't roll up my whole head of hair in 8 hot rollers. I had to buy 2 sets. And even then it's like, well, then I need extra curlers because I still don't have enough.
Tried it yet. I'm like, because I'm just, who the hell? Like, I don't know what I was thinking when I bought these because I'm like, I don't have 30 minutes to do my hair. Like, what? Who are these people that have time to do their hair?
Hey, Vice baby. It's good to see you.
Vice.
Connor's in the chat.
Megan, what are you working on? Where can people find you and follow you?
What am I working on? Well, I am working on the Hernandez trial coverage, which we are doing every weekday. Pretty much, I think I've been going live around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard to do like 2 hours of it, 2.5 to 3 hours with a panel of fun people. And Chrissie, you're welcome to join me anytime if you're available. You're welcome to pop in. Usually around 1 p.m. from 1 to 3 approximately. I will be taking May 7th through the 15th off, but before then and after then it's around the same time every day. And it's fun. We just peanut gallery it. You know, we watch this trial with these crazy people who stole a baby and we make fun of them and we play bingo. And Frank was with us today. Quite frankly, was with us today. That was fun.
Oh, Frank Valbiro. He's the best.
Yeah, I don't even know his last name. What is it?
Valbiro.
Yeah. It's exactly what I would have imagined his last name was. Something with a vowel at the end.
He's Italian.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, that's obvious.
I've known Frank Valbiro since 2015. Wow.
Really?
So crazy.
I found him in 2020. When during the COVID nightmare, he was broadcasting from New York City, and he had a lot of great programming at that time, like reporting on what was happening on the street and in the hospitals, and it was really interesting. And I started listening to him, and then found out years later that my mother-in-law was listening to his show too.
That's cool.
We found this out, and I was like, "You listen to Frank?" She was like, "Yeah, I love Frank. He's like my second. He's like my third son." It was really funny.
Aww.
And then before she died, you know what's sweet is that I met Frank before she died, and I told him what a big fan that she was, and he made her a special video of a studio tour just for her. That I know, it was really sweet that I got to send to her, and she was so excited that I went on his show, and she was just a huge fan. But yeah, he was fun, and yeah, we play bingo and we talk shit about the witnesses and stuff. It's a lot of fun. And the prosecutor, we hate her. So we're doing that. I'm doing that on my channel, and then every night, Tug and I stream. That Umbrella Guy and I stream. We switch off channels. One night on Monday, Wednesday on my channel, Tuesday, Thursday on his. We have an 8 p.m. show.
What about Tug of War? If you don't want to call it Tug One Out.
We gotta come up with a name for it. Well, we did come up with a name for it. We just never did the branding. We were gonna call it Pro Say What? Pro Say What?
No.
But no, Chrissie hates it. She wants Tug One Out.
Tug One Out. Everyone will remember that. It's memorable. It's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. We still haven't hit on the right thing. We'll see. So for now, we just go back and forth, and the chat calls us Mug.
Mug?
You know, yeah, they call us Mug. It's like Megan and Tug. You know, like Jennifer and like Benifer. Like Benifer, it's Mug, you know.
What about Tug and Fox?
That sounds like a children's book. No, not the Menendez brothers. It's the Hernandez trial, which is a totally different trial. This just happened in Georgia. It's a child child abuse case, false accusations against a family. So I'm covering that one. And then we have, what is coming up? Oh, the Laura Owens trial is coming up. She will be criminally tried for 14 felonies, perjury, Fraudulent Schemes and Artifices. That's coming up in August. I will be live in Arizona for that. I will be at the trial.
Wow. Destination stream. How
Mhm.
exciting is that?
Yeah,
That's
it's going to be
very
good.
cool. Oh, what do I have coming up? Tomorrow I'll probably do some sort of stream. Sunday is Simpcast, 9 p.m. Eastern. Monday, May 4th, I will have comedian Glenn Miller and Joe Curry in studio to do Nightmare. And then this week is busy with other stuff. Oh, Wednesday, very exciting. I will have Melanie Mack back on the program at 9 p.m. I haven't talked to her in a hot minute. So yes, stay tuned for those shows. Wow, Megan, what an absolute pleasure it was to chill with you before a live studio audience and just hang.
It's always fun. I'm sorry that I always say no. I don't mean to.
You didn't this time.
No. Yay! Actually, yeah, doing like a weeknight is easier for me than a Saturday or Sunday. So
Weeknights from now on.
Yeah. And you're welcome. I'll send you a link to it's always the same link for the trial. So you can just pop in whenever you want to. But I would love to have you sometime. It would be fun.
Oh, it's tricky because that like coincides with the Beans nap time. But maybe if I can get him to a place where I can not be next to him while he naps, I can sneak out.
It's tough. But I know that every older mother's probably told you this, but I'm going to say it again anyway, because the days are so long, but the years are so short.
True.
And I miss my little kids. I miss them. And it's amazing how fast it goes. But when you're in it, when you're in those trenches, boy, it sure doesn't feel like it. I know it. I know. I remember just being so overwhelmed but just trust me on this. It goes fast.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it though. When you're in it, it feels like it's dragging, right? It feels like every day is a war.
It feels like every day, if I can like get halfway through a cup of coffee, like I've accomplished something.
Yeah.
Or like if I've showered that day, wow. That's exciting.
Give yourself some grace, because these are really difficult years. They're busy, but they're really joyful too, because there's so much to discover, and they're 2 is great. God, 2-year-olds are fantastic. Don't let anybody tell you.
He bumped himself today. He has like a little bruise, and I was like, I actually cried because I was like, he got hurt. Like, oh my God.
I used to have a little song that I would sing to my children because they kept bumping their heads. I would go, "Don't bonk your head. Don't bonk your head."
I go, you bonked it. I go, you bonked it.
Because it will hurt. And we also used to I made these little hats for them. They were like crocheted thick hats, and I would make them, I called them their little helmets. Like, put your helmet on, because like, let's put it on when they started learning how to walk, because they would constantly bonk their heads. So
he'll whip around a corner, hit his head on the side, like of the doors, corners.
Yeah. The hat works. Put a hat on him in the house.
Are you describing something you put on a spare toilet paper roll, like that kind of a crocheted thing?
Yes. It's nice and thick. It's nice and thick, that you use that thick yarn, and you just put like a winter hat, and it gives them just enough cushion that when they bonk their head, it's not going to leave a mark, Like, my kids would always fall over backwards and like, bam, head right on the floor. And you're like, God, even just from a standing to falling, it that can hurt, and then they cry. But once I put the hats on them, they quit crying because it could quit hurting. So they just wore their little inside helmets.
That's so cute. I could just have them wear a bike helmet all day.
Now the knit hats are more comfortable.
That's so cute. Oh.
But yeah, it goes fast, and I mean, it's just, they're so sweet. Don't let anybody tell you that 2s are terrible. There's no such thing as terrible 2s.
It's exciting because like he's like more and more personality is coming out. He's like a little person now.
Right. And it's not terrible. 2-year-olds are lovely. They're so easy. They're
not terrible. It's just like figure out what he wants. Don't just figure out what he wants. Happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's a trick for every tantrum. This always worked for my kids every single time. When they would have a tantrum about something, the very first thing I would do is go, "Do you need a hug?" And
Oh,
almost every time they would go, yes. And then, once you've got them in the hug, then you can talk to them about what's going on. And too many parents are like, stop
Yelping.
crying. You have nothing to cry about. Get up, or I'm going to give you
don't
something
have
to cry
bills.
about. Like, children have emotional regulation issues because their brains are not developed enough to be able to regulate emotions. And so they need your help to regulate those emotions. And so when their emotions are out of control, they need you to be the one to be calming and to just offer them some love. And that's most of the time that works. It worked every time. I can't remember a time it did not work for my kids.
Of
So
course.
try that.
And, like, that's probably the deal with adults too.
Yeah.
You probably just need a hug.
Do you need a hug? Yeah. See, if George Floyd had been offered a hug
instead of fentanyl, the world would be so different. Well, we all learned a valuable lesson today. Offer a hug first.
Hugs first.
Hug first, questions later. Oh, Megan, you're the best. Thank you, chat, for joining us on this strange and interesting journey. Even that one guy that kept calling us unattractive. Love you.